Oh, wait, are we live? If we are live, everybody, somebody give me a hey! Okay, probably not. Ow. Okay, welcome back. We are live and we are back. Oh, son of a bitch. With more Great Ace Attorney. I was actually kind of debating if because I actually got an agent interested in my latest novel that I finished within a month. By the way, I do not recommend unless you are able to, but like, I seriously don't recommend it. It's it's a lot, and especially if this novel's about your trauma. But anyways, I just wanted to patch some stuff up before I end up taking a little break, and while we play the game. So, how are you, chat? How was your weekend? Is it getting cold to where you are? Are you traveling? I know that we are finally... Hey, it's Ash! How you doing? But yeah, how you doing? I know, I think I heard somewhere on the grapevine that you are back home. At least for the holidays, am I right? Cold, but vibing. That's all that matters. As long as you're in blinking mode, that's all that matters. So last time, a lot of shit went down. So, we found out that Mr. McGilda really did kill a motherfucker. He killed a motherfucker. He actually killed a motherfucker. He made that little girl, what's it called? He made that little girl be his patsy. Or basically like lie for him. And we didn't know. We didn't know, so we can't exactly be held accountable for that, right? You're still the believer that Gina Iris seek her sister conspiracy. That is true. Is there anything you guessed the last stream? Sherlock got shot, or Erlock got shot, my bad. Sholmes got shot. Who the fuck is Sherlock, right? The pawnbroker is dead. Gina is you know, we finally forced Gina to basically accept us as her defense lawyer. Susato is going to Japan because her papa is sick. So hopefully papa doesn't die. That'd be really sad. I was actually watching a video about some book drama. Like, god damn, people are fucked up. Holy shit. But you're a believer in the Gina and Iris conspiracy. We shall see if that actually happens. If that comes up during the trial, I'm gonna yell. Okay. Yes, we are gonna move. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get started. When I awoke the following morning, Susato-san was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets. And so began an even longer day than the last. One that I will remember for the rest of my days. I feel like the Naruhodo family line. I feel like these poor people, always say that after each trial. I feel bad. Can you imagine if, what's his name, Phoenix, was like, originally like, no, I don't want to be a lawyer. I'm gonna be an art student. But he ended up being a lawyer. Do you think his family roasted him for that? I hope so. Good morning, Gina. I'm determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it. Most definitely he got roasted. Nice. So where's your friend then? Sorry? You know, her in the fancy dress? Susato, or however you say it. I don't know. No, Susato had to leave early this morning. She was already gone by the time I woke up. You alright with that, are ya? Forget about me if you like. Go and see it off. Well, she's already long gone. Yeah, so she's basically leaving us to take care of this on our own, but I think we're fine. I think we'll be fine on our own. What do you guys think? Do you think we'll be fine on our own? I mean, we can save, so it should be fine. It's fine. It's not as though Mr. Sato and I won't meet again. One day. Even so... But you, Gina, you only get one chance. This trial today is all we have. Good morning, you two! Oh, is that Iris? That's probably Iris. Yeah, that's Iris. And the kitty! How are you feeling? How are you feeling, Ginny? Did you manage to sleep? I cannot do her voice in a British accent. She sounds like an old lady when I do that. Yeah! Iris, what are you doing here? What do you mean? When a friend is in need, we share our support. Okay, I will settle. I will settle into a voice for her one day. Isn't that right, Waggy? Yeah. Oh, there goes the kitty. Waggy. Great way to show your support there, kitty. Yeah, really. No kidding. News around. What are you gonna do? Well, kitty, unless... Well, I'm pretty sure cats are like dogs in a way where they'll probably pee everywhere. Hey, actually, you know what? You're right. What harm can a cat do, huh, chat? Oh, that reminds me. I brought the paper on the way here. Now, would you like the good news or the bad news? Always the bad news first. Always the bad news first, so at least the good news can sound better. What do you say, Bruno? Ginny? Oh, well, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. See? Renosuke knows what I'm talking about. He knows what's up. Nah, always take the good news first. Him and I live to hear the bad. No, I agree with Renosuke. Listen to the bad news first so the good news sounds better. Yes, that question always gives away people's personalities. Let's not go there. Alright then, I'll give you the bad news first. I reckon another rain has fallen this morning, and carriages all over the capital are struggling to move. How's that bad news? Huh? The bad news was a weather report? So I hope that Susie made her train to Dover and that the train isn't delayed on its way to the port. Gosh, oh gosh, that's true. Yes. Alright then, so what's the good news? Well, the rain is forecast to subside this afternoon. So even if the train is delayed, it should be able to make up the time later. So why is this news to us? Like, it doesn't matter, she's still gonna be gone. Well, that is good news, isn't it? I couldn't give a monkeys, really. She said, Gina says return to monkey. If only all goodness cancelled out the bad. And look, this trial has made the headlines too. Cold broken patches and pig post plunder. See? That's not good news either, Iris. I do like that. We let them say what they want. Well, let them say what they want. See if I care. I can't because you're covering your face. Don't worry. Reno will show everyone that this headline is nonsense. I will? Yeah. No, you know we will. Don't even say it like that. And then, in tomorrow's papers, the headlines will be Discharge diver is do-gooder. Isn't that right, Reno? Oh, yes. Let's hope so. Of course they will. I have absolute faith in you. How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work? Did it? It's like she was still here. Okay. Don't know why that's relevant. But then again, it is an Ace Attorney game. Good luck then, Reno. I'll do what I can. Let me look at it. Maybe there's something in here. Okay, oh yeah. I probably should go through the evidence, huh? Okay, so there's our armband, the pawnbroker's ticket. her representation papers, the blood sample. Look at that. We still don't know whose blood that is. We know that's Thrice Fire Mason's blood, and we know for a fact that's Pop Windabake's blood. But whose blood is that? Huh. What do you guys think it is? Not mine. It's not yours. Whose is it? Since the Pound Progress tickets for the codes, okay. Her manuscript. I can't find anything out of place. Yeah, nothing here is out of place, really. Okay, so nothing here. This is all of her. So, for the omnibus murder, so the case summary for the bus one that we did was the victim was found deceased on the last scheduled omnibus of the day after a stab wound to the abdomen. Details of the victim: Mason Milverton. He was a man. He identified as a man. The occupation was a brickmaker. He was his domicile, or I guess where he lived, was the East End of London. And here's the trial summary. This is good. Defendant: Magnus McGilded. Prosecution attorney: Lord Beric Van Zeeks. King. Racist. Well, yeah, racist. Yeah. He's just once he does the leggy thing, I know me and Ash go off. Defense attorney: Renosuke Naruhodo. Conviction was assured with 3 eyewitnesses' testimonies. However, a surprise 4th witness's testimony resulted in an acquittal due to insufficient evidence. But now we know for a fact that it's falsified. And then this. I don't. Hello, broken patches and pink pus planter. How awful! For Ginny, I mean. But tomorrow's headline will be Discharged Diver is Dallas Duger. Right? Yes, something like that. If possible, I'd like to go even bigger. Bigger? How? Proud pickpocket protects planet post-trial. Perhaps? Oh, Iris. Protects planet? Oh, I can't wait for tomorrow now. It's going to be so great. Huh. What's this? There's a sensational story lower down the front page as well. Look! Ministry Mo! Classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice. Huh. That's interesting. For a 10-year-old. Iris surely has her finger on the pulse of the world news. It's about secret communications between Great Britain and its allies. Apparently, they're being intercepted by hostile nations. Communications are being intercepted? But how would somebody be doing that? That's the question, isn't it? I've come up with 3 different possible methods so far. Are you looking for a new career, Reno? No, of course not. I wonder, perhaps this is what Lord Strongheart was talking about yesterday. Yes, it could be. It could explain why he has Grixie ready for pillar to post at the moment. Okay, so apparently that's pretty informative. I guess that's all we can do. Huh? Obviously, I didn't know the law like Susie does, but still. I'll be by your side the whole time, giving you more support and encouragement. I'm not sure that big thing is as comforting as you think it is, to be honest. But I can't believe Iris is gonna blow up the Bailey. Queen shit. Thank you, Iris. That's very kind of you. Oh yeah, Iris. Yes, Ginny? Well, I was wondering, is all, about shows. Did they fix him up alright? Yes, the operation was a great success. Okay, good. Ooh, he's probably just vibing right now. Well, Hurley still hasn't come round yet. Eh? I asked a friend of mine in Scotland Yard to send a telegram as soon as he wakes up. I'm sure Gregson will let us know the moment there's news. Right. No Susato-san, and no Mr. Sholmes. It's all down to me today, to prove that Gina is innocent of this crime. Miss Gina Lestrade, counsel for the defense. The trial is about to begin. Here we go, chat. Please make your way to the courtroom. It's time, then. Yes, let's go, Gina. Iris. Lead the way, Runo. Poor Gina. Well, let's start making theories now. Who did it? We know it's not Gina, but who did it and why? She's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. Was it Larry's ancestor? No, I'm kidding. I have to believe in her from start to finish. That's the weapon that will secure our victory here. Our king. If I learned anything from my great friend, it's that. I miss you, king. Well, here we go. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. This trial shall determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade. I now call upon the counsels for prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is ready. It's their king! It's their king! I guess he is gonna do this after all. The defense is ready. Lord Van Seeks. My lord. Remind me, how many years ago was it that you withdrew from the public prosecution service? It was some 5 years ago, my lord. Yes, and then 2 months ago you resurfaced somewhat unexpectedly. And here you are again today. Are there some circumstances of which the court should be aware of that have led to this erratic behavior? And what one might describe as your former life 5 years past. You dealt exclusively in matters concerning the highest echelons of society and government. Really? Huh. Yet today you chose to try a simple case of burglary and murder. I confess I find it more than a little befuddling, counsel. There are 2 types of persons who cannot lie. Firstly, those wealthy scoundrels who hide under the mask of philanthropy to cheat the public at large. Mr. McGilded, who you defended against Ariba 2 months ago. Yes, I just about managed to work that out. Thank you. Magnus McGilded. If I had known what a monster he was, I never would have defended him. And secondly, even more loathsome, those wily scoundrels who masquerade as allies only to effect total betrayal in the final hour. In other words, the confidence tricksters from those tiny islands in the Far East, the Nipponies. Like, dude, can we please stop? What? Did he really just say that? Yeah, he did. And I wish, and you know, speaking as a minority, I know exactly how it feels. That you can't, and the fucked up thing is you can't do shit. He beats you now, Runo. We know that, Iris. I actually managed to work that out too. Thank you, Iris. Just throw your sword. He's sexy though. I don't know. Total betrayal? What are you talking about? That torrid look of hatred in Lord Van Seek's eyes. Kazuma's ghost rises from the sea to attack. Hell yeah, protect your man, King! God, I miss him so much. Was that directed solely at me, or was he talking about all Japanese people? But still, regardless, he shouldn't be saying that kind of shit. An alarmingly scathing explanation, Lord Van Seas. Still, the judiciary welcomed the return of the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, feared by all London's malefactors. Your lordship is too kind. Now, jurors, the 6 of you have been selected at random, quote-unquote random, to represent the will of the people in this trial. Alright, who do we got? Are you ready to hear the evidence placed before you and determine the guilt or innocence of the defendant? Okay, 1. Why is he back? Yeah, your maid's back, Ash! Congrats on the win. But why is he back and who the is that a mouse he's petting? Huh? Is that another twink? And is that the same grandpa or they just use the same sprite? I mean, I don't blame him regardless, I'm just asking. Asking for a friend. Grandpa's back? Former lieutenant in the British Army here, don't you know? Chaps like me were born ready. Clean crockery, clean cutlery, and a clean conscience. His lordship's motto is very appropriate here, I think. Everything would be stereoscopic in the future. Absolutely, absolutely everything. And I'm ready for it. Another twink? To obliterate? Question mark? I don't understand it. I can't have left it in there. It's not possible. But could I have? Huh? Women indispensable in society. Stop. Female-centric future awaits. Stop. Oh, sorry, Dr. Grandpa. Hey, Ash, is this your new wifey? Is this your new wifey? Good day. I am visiting London for... She's doing the telegraph, the Morse code. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please. Yeah, see, I'm just like, what? Is something wrong, Bruno? Oh, not exactly. It's just... I'm fairly sure I recognize these jurors. Almost all of them, in fact. Really? Funny coincidences like that do happen from time to time, don't they? Yeah, they made the foreigner to do jury duty. I don't fucking know. But it is quite strange. The jurors all chosen at random from London's 6 million inhabitants, you know? So I've been led to believe, but something tells me I'm being duped. Yeah. Very well. Now, Lord Van Zeeks, the court calls upon the prosecution to introduce the facts of the case. As your wish, my lord. Allow me to begin with a word of warning to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. In short, there has never been a more self-evident case of cold-blooded murder. The victim, Mr. Pop Winterbeek, proprietor of a pawn shop on Baker Street, was shot from behind and died instantly. So he wasn't shot in the front, then he was shot in... Okay, that would... I don't know if that would make more sense or not. I don't know. The prosecution possesses photographic prints of the crime scene. I don't know, I think it's too early to tell whether or not... As the court will observe, there is a single bullet wound just below the gentleman's left shoulder. The evidence suggests that the bullet pierced the man's heart, resulting in near instant death. But you just said it was instant, so which is it? Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. And what's that supposed to tell us? It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Someone like the accused, you might say. The prosecution wishes to present the autopsy report and crime scene photograph as evidence, my lord. Indeed, the court accepts. Hand them to the bailiff, please. Okay, cool. We're gonna expect that in just a little bit, because, you know me, I always go ahead. I now ask the court to turn its attention to this plan of establishment where the incident occurred. Okay, first I want to check that out, because I'm curious. Let's see. Okay, this happened to 1:30. Reporting party, yeah, we called it in. Single bullet, no other signs of visible trauma. Blah blah blah. Trajectory. Well, I know the gunpowder thing is probably gonna come up. But okay, no, I see where they're coming from when they say that it was shot from behind, because all the blood's on the bottom. Okay. Never mind. The proprietor was found in the storeroom when he kept articles pawned to him. A windowless room with a single point of entry. A door to the main shop that was found locked. In this sealed chamber, there were only 2 persons present. The victim, Mr. Winterbeck, and the accused. But we know that she's innocent. It may further interest the court to know that when the accused was discovered at the scene, she had in her hand the gun used to fire the fatal bullet. Well, that's it, isn't it? Nothing more to say. Isn't that probably to go pickpocket anyway? She's one of those filthy traps that lives in the sun of the East End. Oh well, it was only a matter of time before she got blood on her hands then. What are the jurors waiting for? The judge feels guilty as hell. We can't jump to conclusions here. We mustn't assume her guilt because of what she has to do to survive. Well, my learned Nibelungs, a friend, it is you who must jump to conclusions. The prosecution has barely begun presenting its case. Conveniently, this appalling act of murder did not go unobserved. There were witnesses. Good gracious! After the testimony, the girl's true nature will be exposed. Pitiful pickpurse, or cold-hearted killer. You decide, chat! Here's to establishing the truth. The court will take the floor plan and firearm into evidence. Hand them to the bailiff, please, Lord Van Zeeks. At once, my lord. Okay, so I definitely need to check that out. This is good. I feel like the mood of you has turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Bruno. Yeah. I want to check this out. I don't know. This isn't good. Obviously, it's not good at all. Let's see. This is Mr. Winterbeck's gun. The cylinder is completely empty. Mr. Winterbeck always used to keep this gun on hand on his shop counter. Yes, but only ever with a single bullet load. Single bullet loaded, I understand. That's right. To keep all the pawned articles that were in his care safe. This one bullet was fired that night, and the poor man lost his life. Was he protecting his shop, I wonder? Trying to keep the articles safe? I don't think so. I mean, obviously she set up. We know that she didn't do it. Oh, excuse me. It's nice and comfy where I'm at. Sorry, just checking something out really quick. Yeah, this is tricky dicky. Yeah, this is the same thing. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about it here. Okay. I think that's because of halves. Let us begin. Oh, King. Bring forth the witnesses to the foul murder of Mr. Pop Wunderbeek on 16th April of this year. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, this isn't good. What the? Gregson? Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court. Well, I already know what kind of voice to give these motherfuckers. Name's Nash Skulkin. Occupation is, baddie. Professional baddie. Name's Ringo Skulkin. Occupation's, same as it. Wait, what was his name? What was the first guy? Nash? I already know this guy's Ringo, and also the fact that, one, Beatles, two, he's holding a fucking apple. Tobias Gregson, Scotland Yard Inspector. That's right, we are what they call the Three Skulkin Brothers. Bruh. 3? What are you looking at me? What are you looking at me like that for? Don't lump me in with you lot. Oh, blimey, that's cool. Don't you know what we're going through? It's our older bluff. Lost contact with who we have. So we're scurrying every shady corner of the capital. Okay, I'm trying to do Cockney. Hold on. It's our older bluff. Lost contact with who we have. So we're scurrying every shady corner of the capital. And then last night, we come across you, the very spit of the bloke. Ain't that right, Ringo? It is, Nash. It is. The very spit of him. So we decided what we was going to do. We was gonna call ya Big Bruv Sulky. Come on, leave it out, you two. Sulky Skulkin. And that's before he's run out of chips. Well then, Inspector Sulky Gregson. I beg your pardon, my lord, but the name's Tobias. What I would like to know, Inspector, is what you are doing in the witness stand. The Skulkin brothers are currently under arrest, my lord, on suspicion of theft. Thieves, are they? Those three? No, my lord. Begging your pardon, but please don't lump me in with this lot. 2 nights ago, those brothers illegally entered an establishment with intent to burgle, and in the course of their nefarious activities, they became embroiled in a far more sinister crime. By Jove, you mean to say, what an extraordinary coincidence! Yeah, that it is. Indeed, my lord. While attempting to burglarize the pawnbrokery, they witnessed its proprietor's murder. He's standing on the box. Order! Order! The various trespasses of these brothers is not the subject of today's proceedings, though they will naturally face trial in the very near future. With your lordship's permission, I'd like to remain in the stand and keep these gents on the straight and narrow. Of course, Inspector. Skeptical as I am about the caliber of these witnesses, I will permit them to take the stand. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you will now testify before the court. Describe the events of the night in question and what exactly you saw. Happy to. Cause the Skulkin's never skulking. Thoughts, Ash? Or chat? Get out of it. speakers during the small hours and the gas door was ajar, see? It was like some kind of sign, begging for us to go into was. But once we got inside, God blimey lummy, we heard a gunshot from the back room. We went to see what was what, but the door was locked from the inside. We never done nothing, Governor. We never took nothing. We just left after that, nice and quiet. Yeah, but we saw them. We saw them when shit was going down. A terrible coincidence it was seen. At the precise moment of these miscreants entered the property, an even more sinister crime was afoot. The witness's testimony is consistent with the crime scene in every detail. The door providing an access to the storeroom from the main shop was indeed locked from the inside, and within, only with the victim and the accused were found. I must say, it does appear to be an overwhelmingly simple case. But the defense may cross-examine the witnesses now, of course. A counsel, if you please. Counsel? Yes. What's the matter, Bruno? Sorry, I was just stunned into silence for a minute by the blatant lies being told by that pair in the stand. I know. That is all Dot says, because I saw it with my own eyes. I'll just have to expose their testimony for the pack of lies it is. Runosuke is really just like, I cannot wait to call these fucking bitches out.
Hold it!
The front door of the Winterbanks was ajar, you say. What time of night was this? Most of it about what? Right, Ringo? Yeah, I'd say so. Right, Skulky? Sulky? How would I know? The place would have been shut at 1 in the morning, just like every other shop in town. But it wasn't. Well, it was pitch black inside, it's true. Ain't that right, Ringo? I'm not so sure, Nash. I seem to remember a little light burning inside. What about you, Sulky, me old mucker? Leave me alone. There definitely was a smart lad burning inside. That's what alerted us to the situation in the first place. And when these gentlemen ventured into the open establishment, the accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, had already had the muzzle of her gun trained on the unfortunate victim.
Objection!
That's pure conjecture. Ha, perhaps, but it changes nothing. These brothers had inadvertently wandered into the middle of the cold-blooded murder, simply because they found the door of the victim's establishment open and ventured inside. Right, that's what happened. What kind of sign?
Hold it!
What are you trying to suggest? That you had to go in? Well, God moves in mysterious ways, they say, don't they, Ringo? They do, Nash. They do. It must have been some sort of providence, I reckon. God's will often presents itself as a whim of thieves, does it? It wasn't no whim. I'm dead sure of that. It would, Nash. It would. Like we said at the time. Yeah, you don't just find doors open in the middle of the night like that. Nah, there's no two ways about it. It was a sight that our long-lost brother was a sight. They're not very good liars, are they? Well, you can't deny it. It led us to a bloke who, what looks like just over broth. I said, cut it out. Those chips are getting a chomping today.
Hold it!
So what do they do? A gunshot, you said. Just the one. Are you sure about that? Yup, just the one, Governor. I can swear to that. was, Nas. It was. Ain't that right, Ralph? The firearm used to belong to the victim himself. Yes, Mr. Wintermake always used to leave his gun lying around on the counter. Right, I remember. When we examined it, we found the revolver was completely out of rounds. That makes sense. Mr. Wintermake always used to say he only ever kept a single bullet loaded. That's true, I remember him saying that as well. So we can say for with considerable certainty that only a single round was discharged from the firearm used as the murder weapon. Yes, my lord, we can. And I should remind the court that the firearm in question was discovered in the hand of the accused. Wonderful. Let's see what was what. What was that? How do you know that it was locked on the inside? That's.
Hold it!
Do you mean the door between the main shop and the storeroom? If my learned friend is having difficulty grasping the situation, perhaps a drawing would help. No, I more than understand that. Excluding the shop's entrance from the street, there's only one other door, that of the storeroom. Of course, there was only a little oil lamp burning, not much to see by. And the door was hidden behind a curtain and all. So, well, I mean, I know they're thieves, but just for the fact that, I guess my question is, how does he know that he was, that the shit was, locked from the inside? That's my question. That's right. When we arrived, the door was mostly obscured by the curtain. Tell me, why exactly did you try to open that door? Any normal petty thief would run at the sound of a gunshot, I should think. Oh, well, your turn to rabbit ringo? Well, Nash, yeah, I suppose you'd have to say we ain't normal, eh? Broadly speaking, humans respond to in one of two ways on hearing a gunshot or scream. The timid flee, gripped by fear, while the courageous investigate to see if they might help. These gentlemen are of the latter inclination. My learned Nipponese friend, it would seem, is of the former. Alright, somehow I just proved that I was a coward in that night. No, I mean, like, it's normal. It's a normal human reaction, so, like, don't beat yourself up. Thank you, counsels. So, I believe you all understand the door was locked and could not be opened. Proceed, witnesses. No, but how do they know that it's from the inside? Like, that is my question. Like, there has to be...
Hold it!
There has to be, like, something else. No, I don't need the damn drawing.
Excuse me!
Mr. Nash Skulkin, do you have something to add? Eh? What? Something that was said just now appears to have got you thinking. Oh, yeah, I was just thinking about me bro, Sulky. Oh? Oh, the one you lost touch with? Yeah, God, he could be having a nasty piece of work sometimes, that one. Always used to nab me and share the grub when he and I... Always used to nab me share of the grub when we had anything to eat. He does sound like a very mean man. Oh, what are you looking at me for, sunshine? Mr. Ringo Skulkin, do you have something to add? Eh? What? Something that was said just now appears to have got you thinking. Oh, well, yeah, I was just thinking about me bruv, Skulky. Oh, the one you lost touch with? Yeah, blimey, he could have been a saint sometimes, that one. Always used to give me a share of his grub when we hadn't anything to eat. He sounds like a very kind man. So what's the truth? Is he a good brother or is he a shitty brother? Get out of it. These chips are mine. I'm not sharing. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything out of them. Knowing other yeah, I'm sure that's probably true. I'm an older sister. I didn't have any older well, obviously, I'm the eldest. So I guess maybe I'm just like... I guess maybe it's just something I don't understand.
Hold it!
You didn't do or take anything. Is that your story? Well, it was Bedlam suit, weren't it? It was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to pull me dukes on me lacy lockets. What are lacy lockets? So, with no time to take your hands out of your pockets, you just left, nice and quietly, you say. That's right, Governor. Nothing we ain't more than the violence. Peace-loving nibblers, we are not bludgers. We are, Nash, we are. Never even pulled me dukes out me loosey lockets. What is he saying? Oh, wait. Wait, his dukes as in his fist. My bad. I think he means pockets? It's like... So, you'd clearly like us to believe... Eh? Come again? As you fled for the pawnbrokers that night. Did you not run into anyone else? Oh. And did you not fire a gun on that at that person? Saints alive! They fired a gun, you say? Ah! You know, this guy reminds me of like an English bulldog. Blimey, Governor! You ain't telling us it was you in the doorway? It was. Why the bleeding Nora? Didn't y'all mention that before? You were armed with a gun. And as you fled the scene, you fired that gun at London's greatest detective, Sherlock Sholmes. They shot the great Mr. Sholmes? I did hear about that, actually. There's a rumor he was rushed to the hospital. The great Sholmes, that's beyond the pale. On the night in question. Oh, shit. This pair were arrested by the police within minutes of the discovery of the crime scene. Wait a minute. If they shot Holmes, then this has to be... No, not that. This has to be Sholmes' blood. Can't believe he bleeds green. Which Homestuck is that, chat? Their suspicious contours rapidly gave them away. Boo. Don't, why are you booing me? I'm right. And when searched, a firearm was indeed found in their possession. Furthermore, the barrel shows signs of a shot having been fired from it. The prosecution invites his lordship to examine the firearm recovered from these brothers. Yes, indeed. Remnants of powder around the muzzle, as you say, counsel. The court will hold this weapon as evidence. Okay, cool. So now I want to go check that out, actually. God, it's so hot. Now, my learned neighbor's friend. Yes? Here's to your successfully presenting the evidence. Okay, cool, but let's check out that gun. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't know right-clicking did that. This is what I wanted to do. Alright, bruv. So, there's ammunition still loaded in five of this revolver's 6 cylinders. Yes, and it tells us that only a single shot has been fired from it. Exactly. The bullet to the Hitali, in fact, isn't it? Yes, it happened almost as soon as we walked in through Woodabeck's door. I'll make those brothers pay. Are you gonna murder them in court, Iris? Okay, it's the safe shit. Iris is like, I'll be the new Grim Reaper if you will, Zeke's. For yes, there are the telltale signs of spent powder on this gun, and a single bullet missing from the cylinder. But the prosecution demands evidence that it was fired at the scene of the crime under scrutiny in this trial.
Objection!
Yeah, I think we can actually. Well, I don't need evidence because I was there.
Objection!
However, the rest of us in this courtroom were not. I mean, true. Point. Points are made if the defense fails to provide evidence in support of its rash claims. We shall have no choice but to toast your incompetence and move on. Evidence that these two fired had a gun before they left Windebix that night. The court demands that all claims are affirmed with the clear proof. What evidence shows that these witnesses unloaded a firearm and the pawnbroker shot that night? Fuck, that's not what I wanted. Examine first just to double check. Yep. That's it. That has... Okay, well, let me save it first. I think that's it, but I can always be wrong. But...
Take that!
Hell yeah, Kate! The evidence is in this portfolio! What? What on earth do you have there, counsel? During the course of our investigations, we discovered a number of bloodstains. Not trusting the police to do the job they're trained to do? How arrogantly Nipponese of you. Excuse me, what? What does being Japanese have anything to do with not trusting the cops and doing your goddamn job as a fucking defense attorney? Well, anyway, we analyzed all the blood samples we found and recorded the results in this portfolio. And you claim to have the evidence the court is demanding therein. Yes, my lord. No more dallying then, counsel. Present the pertinent evidence at once. What do you have in your portfolio that proves that these witnesses unloaded a firearm at the scene? Yeah, like I said, this is the only one that has no other proof that it has to be him. Sir, you're being so white right now, right? What is that? Explain. It's a photograph of print taken at Windebake's pawnbroker on the day of the incident. From the scene of the crime, is it? Is that... Yes, it's blood. A bullet hole? And if my eyes do not deceive me, it appears that the bullet is still lodged there. Yes, as your lordship noticed. Hold on a second, just gotta do something real quick. The bullet pierced Mr. Windebake's calendar. It was so ornate too, like damn. The date showed being the 16th of April, the very day of the pawnbroker's death. The incident occurred at 1 hour before midnight. But this indicates that a separate shot had been fired sometime after the calendar had been set to the 16th. That's right, and while it is irrefutable, the defense believes, this is credible evidence that the witness did fire a round from their gun in the pawnbrokers that night. No! I like their coats though, it's very cute. Oh, how how does the prosecution stand, Lord Van Zieks? If that is the direction my learned friend wishes to take, the prosecution has no problem. What? I mean, I guess at that point you just can't really dispute it, right? I mean, what do you think? Oh, there he goes, throwing chalices in the damn candles again. But you'll forgive me for flinging my hallowed chalice aside in disgust at the repugnancy it exposes. Yes, on the night in question, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery illegally. And like the bold baddies they claim to be, opened fire on the new arrivals before fleeing back onto the street. Do you think the Skulky brothers, the Skulky brothers would like Lady Gaga? they thrive on that line, 'cause I'm a free bitch, baby. I don't know. Take it easy now, Governor. You're gonna let us in the soup. Good soup. We had a deal. You weren't going to get into them details? Tell him, Sulky. Set the bloke straight. Well, too bad for you, because Ziggs ain't straight. Ha ha ha! I have nothing to add. So he knew, didn't he? Van Ziggs knew their testimony would almost certainly expose the extent of their crimes. I think of anything, it just sounds to me like... I don't know, like maybe Ziggs wants to get to the truth. I don't know. Maybe it's a little early to tell. It would seem now that I owe my learned Nipponese friend a word of gratitude. Excuse me? What do you mean? You can start by quit calling us that. What I mean is that you have heavily confirmed an important fact. To what fact do you refer, Lord Van Zieks? As have been established, at the point of their arrest, a single shot has been fired from the brother's gun. However, if that shot found its target in Mr. Shields... Well, oh, that's true, that does eliminate one mystery of what happened that night. Then clearly, these witnesses cannot be accused of the fatal shoot... Oh, no! No, 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 no! That's not what I mean! No, no, no! No? How, what? What? No! Don't do this! It's possible! It's very possible! It's still possible because there's no way Gina did it! Then clearly these witnesses cannot be accused of the fatal shooting of the proprietor and victim. Oh, this is bad. This is real bad. In other words, these two men have no material connection to the murder of Mr. Wunderbeck at all. But Sholmes was found in the shop. Like, for the fact that the guys were in the shop and they shot him there. I'm sorry. They shot him there. They shot him in the shop. They didn't do it outside. That's the thing. Inosuke, clarify this bullshit. So that's it. What are they doing? That's it. We didn't have nothing to do with it. We did it, Nash. We did it. That's what I reckon. Your crimes include unlawful entry, intent to steal, perjury, and, let us not forget, attempted murder. Quite a catalog, eh, fellas? We're in for it now, bruv. We're in for it now, bruv. I got it. I feel like the translators really had to do that. Like, they... Not now, then. Hold on a second. I gotta change my title. This is too funny. We're in for it now, bruv. Let me know if it changes on Twitch, 'cause I wanna know. Let us take a moment to consider the aforementioned great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. It would seem that the man patronized. It changed, yay, good. It would seem that the man patronized the pawnbrokers in question somewhat regularly. Where's he going with this? Are you? Mr. Sholmes appears to take pleasure in tinkering with this eccentric machinery. Eccentric? Says who? Not me. Don't give me that look. He installed a pair of machines like this one in the victim's shop. Oh shit, I didn't think, I actually forgot about the early cameras. That's one of Hurley's red-headed recorders. What is that, Council? It has the appearance of a photographic contraption. Is that an iPhone? As your lordship has surmised, it is indeed a camera attached to a small timing device. Every half an hour, it automatically photographs the interior of the establishment. The idea being that if a thief were to break into the shop, he would be caught red-handed. The prosecution has obtained the photographs taken by the device on the night in question. Okay, so we get the point. It happens like every half hour. As the court will observe, copious identical prints are produced at quite a desultory fashion. Rather particularly I feel. In fact, there are 2 such devices in the victim's shop, my lord. I hope they do it like one right after the other. If I may refer to the court to the plan of the premises, their respective positions are here and here. So you say these cameras produce a print every half hour. I'm afraid I have failed to see how that would help if the anticipated thief conducted his activities in one of many 30-minute intervals. One can only pray that the would-be criminal lingers, my lord. On the night in question, the witness is currently in the stand but not caught on camera. That's a bit of friar tuck, eh, bruv? Lady Luck and loves a skulking. Witnesses, at what time did your trespassing begin? It must have been just after 1. Right, bruv? Must have been, Nash. Must have been. Yeah, just gone to 1. In which case, minutes before these brothers entered the establishment. What scene might we expect to see within the shop? Let us examine the evidence. Oh, god damn it, Gina! God damn it! God damn it! God damn it! God damn it! This... God damn it! Fuck! God damn it! Jesus! Fucking hell, Gina! Good lord! It's the defendant! Miss Gina Lestrand! As the court can clearly see, the accused is pictured, gun in hand, facing the victim over the shop counter. She was possessed by McGilden. Exactly. No, I hate this. I can't even get an accurate time of death so they can't see. Fuck. Oh my god, what? Man, it's pissing me off so much I had to burp. No doubt coercing the proprietor to open the door to his storeroom. Quite. One can only too easily imagine the events that unfolded. The court will take this photograph print as evidence, if you please, counsel. God damn it! Man, if it were me, I'd be cussing up a store. I mean, I'm cussing up a store now, but like in the game. No, no, this is so. Look at the kitty. No, the doggy. I hate this. This is so fucking stupid. She better not. She fucking better not actually be the killer. No, they make it a point to say that she's innocent. You will simply just quit your job. Good luck, Gina. Guess you're on your own after all. Son of a fucking bitch. God damn it. Jesus Christ. Oh my fucking god. This fucking child. This fucking glad I'm going back home, right? I don't believe it. Ginny. In short, the accused is the only person who could possibly have killed Mr. Winterby. But the thing about it is that they say that she shot him from behind. What? Did she fucking shoot him behind when he was turned around? Is that what they're gonna fucking say next? Do they have pictures of it? They fucking better not. Oh, if they do, I'll be even madder than this. I say, my lord. Who said that? Oh yeah, okay. Wonder if I might put in a word at this point. Go ahead, Mr. Foreman. Took a bit of belly bullet to the knee. Fuck you! They're doing it again. They're doing the fucking Oblivion meme again. I hate this. Took a belly bullet to the knee in the Battle of Marwand, 1880, don't you know? Decorated forged and all that, but forced to retire from service, sadly. Of course, a medal can never outshine the exploits of chaps like us on the battlefield. Yes, Mr. Foreman. And? What is exactly your point? Carried on to the battle after retirement, you see. The battle of daily life, if you like. And here I am now, leading the small squadron. 6 men, all good and true. And we'll go all down together, you mark my words. One for all, and all for one. Someone's been watching too much Man in the Iron Mask. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached an agreement, have they? Is that what we are to understand? Well, Mr. Foreman, is that correct? St. Pepsi, don't do this to us! In a matter of speaking, yes, that is the Garadib Squadron's position, sir. What? No! It's too soon to make a judgment! Status report for the court, men, on the double. His lordship insists on promptitude at all times, and that goes for making decisions, too. I think you'll find the truth as clear as day now. I could reach out and touch it. I wouldn't have left it in there. I just wouldn't. But in all honesty, I can't remember. Situation clear. Stop. No room for doubt. Stop. Truth now undeniable. Stop. Grandpa. I am very sorry for our brothers. They were unlucky. This is so stupid. No, we just started. Very well. I now call upon each member of the jury to state his or her leaning to this in this manner. Announce your considered verdicts to the court.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Grandpa, you don't even know what the fuck is going on. Why did he do that to his own damn thing? What? I hate this. Things, I fucking hate this. It does indeed appear that the jury is unanimous in his leaning already. He did use his head. That photograph. It must be the definitive evidence that Gregson mentioned. But Ginny didn't shoot him. No, of course not. We know that. We know that, Iris. Tell them that. heard. The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination. Grandpa, that concussion for that last case fucked you up real bad. Yeah, right? Holy shit. Very well. The court grants permission. Sit. Oh my god, I just love that little shake that he does. So, he refused to admit defeat again. How unsurprising. Shut up, sexy king. We shall proceed immediately with the summation examination. Mr. Foreman, are all members of the jury ready? Absolutely, sir. Always ready for action, my champs. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will now explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. God fucking damn. Alright, I guess we're fighting juries again? All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt at this young pickpocket scene. As a housemaid, I would like to see all 50 eyesores properly and rigorously eliminated. I think you'll find that if you look at the photograph in the stereo, the truth will just pop up. If I had left it in there, I should think there'll be repercussions by now. What the fuck are you talking about, Grandpa? Grandpa, did you leave something in somebody's some surgery? I can't what? Hello? Line made up. Stop. Little radio transmission averted to follow. Stop. In motherland, we say never judge by clothes. Judge by head. I am convinced brothers are innocent. Okay, Grandpa, let's get you back to bed. Right? Ay, ay, ay. I hate this. Look at that. I like the mouse, though. The circumstances of the crime and the evidence do indeed implicate the defendant rather comprehensively. The storeroom locked from the inside, in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone. I still would like to know why and how one of the brothers knew that it was locked from the inside. It was dark. You know, okay, so I'll give them leeway. I'll give them leeway that they're like, okay, let's explore, let's steal some shit. And they find the door, oh, it's locked. Okay, whatever. Most people wouldn't know how that shit is locked. Unless, because most people would assume that doors, like, you know, or just doors in general are usually locked from the outside. So it's like, okay, it's locked from the outside. But for that, the fact that this motherfucker really said locked from the inside is repeating. Like, I guess my point is, I guess the whole thing is that, like, how do you know that shit is locked from the inside? Like, yes, you may have listened to us earlier talking about it earlier and all that. But they could have put in a dialogue like, oh, I didn't know it was locked from the inside. Okay. But, much to talk about. And in the accuser's hand, the fatal revolver, the firing of which was heard by these witnesses. Not to mention this print. This is so stupid. No, but she supposedly shot him in the back, though. Like, what? Take it from a chap who's seen action in the battlefield. That young girl's on the verge of pulling the volley trigger. God damn it, thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes. Oh dear, Hallie's cameras were supposed to help, not hinder. I'm afraid I think you have an uphill struggle ahead of you. But Tina didn't shoot him. She didn't shoot Mr. Wonderbeak. Which means there's more to the situation that we've yet to see. Agreed. You have the floor, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination. Okay, here we go. All the evidence. Okay, obviously you're not housemaid. Tell me more. Polishing the bench, I see. Again. A maid's work is never done. Not a blemish must remain. What exactly do you mean by filthy eyesores? On my way to the market for his lordship, I have to pass through the East End. The place is full of beggars, pickpurses, and crossmen, the scum of the earth. A little harsh, perhaps. Let me be plain. If it were up to me, all those back slums would be made spick and span or eradicated. Oh my god. Girlie, you work as a maid. Trust me, you are not you are not up there with anybody. At least we have people like the great detective working to achieve those important goals. You're referring to Mr. Sherlock Holmes? That's right. I like to keep abreast of his exploits by reading Rand's magazine in between my duties. He does wonders, cleaning up London streets. Iris, if you're looking for inspiration, write about a rich asshole that he's the scummiest of the scum. Do it. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital. Mr. Sholmes? A maid? It's really quite unforgivable. The gutter scum having the audacity to shoot our very greatest detective. A minor detail. It was the two brothers in the stand who shot Mr. Sholmes, not the defendant. A minor detail indeed. They're all gutter scum as far as I'm concerned. Well, it just might be an idea to get our facts straight anyway. Yes, alright. I shall amend my statement. Those brothers are the scum of the earth. They should swing for shooting the great detective. Wait a minute. I don't trust this grandpa. Yeah, I'm gonna pit those two.
Objection!
Because those clearly are very different. Those two statements clearly contradict each other. Good lord. Counsel, explain yourself. Oh my statement? Contradictory? And juror number 6, you've got the wrong end of the stick. I do not have stick. I have mouse. And it's very cute! As juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulkin brothers fled the scene on the night in question, they fired a shot from their revolver. Yes, they shot poor Mr. Sholmes in the abdomen, I understand. Surely you're not going to tell the court now that you didn't hear. Abdomen, A-B-D... sir? Sorry, my English is still learning. I feel you. I've been speaking English for most of my fucking life. And I still can't fucking English. I see words and my fucking brain just spurts. I feel you, ESL King. You are telling the court you didn't hear? Forgive me, I did not hear. Here is word, abdomen, part of person's body containing stomach and other vital organs. If this is what you mean, you should say in plain English. I am Russian, not a native speaker. I feel you, I really do. Who thought it was a good idea to let this man be on the jury again? Ash, did you just project onto Renowski again? So, you are telling me these brothers who looked like criminals were lying? They said before, we never done nothing. But truth is, they shot detective. This is double negative. You're gonna request royalties from the writing staff. Make sure you get your bag, Queen. Get your bag. Yes, that's exactly right. Lying is wrong. Don't kill the mouse! Don't kill the mouse! Lying is wrong. Especially when lie is said by the person who looks like criminal. Coming from you, that seems surprisingly prejudiced. This means when they say we never took nothing, maybe there was also big fat lie. Is this true? Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods were found, so... Enough. I trust no one now. Don't kill the mouse. It's not the mouse's fault though, sir. Thank you! Thank you! I must see with own eyes. I must investigate crime scene myself. I'm afraid that will be... Yes, it is, Rita. Easily. Sorry? Are you going to introduce another mechanic? With the prints from Hurley's red-handed recorder. If you compare the print of that picture... If you compare the print that pictures Ginny and the next print from a half hour later, you'll be able to see straight away if anything was taken or not. Cooey! Mr. Prosecutor! Calling on the prosecution in the middle of a summation examination of all times. The print showing the accusers threatening the victim after she broke into the shop is this one. Following this, the victim and the accused moved to the store. Meanwhile, the Skulkin brothers entered the shop and Sameli heard the fatal gunshot ring out. Sadly, none of these events were captured on film. This is the print produced by the camera half an hour later after the brothers' flight. So this was taken after Hurley was shot then? As far as I can tell, it doesn't seem like anything was stolen. Nothing has been taken. That does seem to be the case. Hold on. Hold on a second. I love playing these games. I feel like I'm an expert with that. Cat's picture. I feel like something's missing. Can you tell, chat? Besides the characters, obviously, but... Wait a minute. The lamp's broken. The oil is broken. I can't notice anything that's obviously missing in the second print. No, but I can. So, the brothers who look like criminals told only one lie. They shot man, but they stole nothing. It would seem so, yes. Good. No, not good. You were right. I did not understand the situation. Now I know brothers have died. I think it is very important to continue with trial. Well, he seems to understand the proceedings well enough, so I guess that's all that really matters. Yay! Well done, Reno. The balance is shifting. Well, it's a start, I suppose. But there must be more than what the jurors are saying that I can use to expose the truth. If I can do that, then we might just turn the situation into our favor still. Thank you, Counsel. Continue with the summation examination. And kindly hand a new photograph prints to bailiff to be filed as evidence. Yeah, no, like... Another print in the court record. I wonder if we can make use of that. Lake of lies are many dead fish. We must find truth. Therefore, I say not guilty verdict. I'm gonna check this out. It seems everything was shifted. Huh. Yeah, see, the lamp is broken. And it seems like everything was shifted. Wish I could. Huh. Yeah, the lamp is definitely broken. Okay.
Hold it!
Sorry, radio transmission? What do you mean? Are you from the Far East? Stop. Yes, from the Empire of Japan. All communication with Far East stations used to take place by mail. Royal Mail steamers take more than a month to complete a journey. Ah, but now we have the electric telegram, so we can send messages using electrical signals. Thousands of miles of cables have been laid along the ocean beds, connecting the entire world. I've actually always wondered how they managed to do that, like even back then. Especially back then, you know? Thousands of miles of cable on the ocean bed? It makes my head hurt just thinking about it. You're well informed, young lady. But cables will soon become a thing of the past. Stop. Queen? And just when I was starting to catch up. Radio transmission is the future. Stop. Messages carried over airways to 4 corners of globe. Stop. Memes, shit posting on the internet in mere seconds. Stop. Excitement growing. Stop. Atmosphere electric. Stop. Right. And try not to wear out your fingers. Era of wireless telegraphy. Stop. Driving technological revolution. Stop. And people say inventions like the stereoscope are the height of technology. What other piffle? I can't understand it. I really can't. They're all just silly toys. Don't spare any feelings, will ya? It's not like there's anyone here who likes stereoscopes. So, why exactly do you think that the defendant is guilty? It's quite simple. We haven't been shown a scrap of evidence to suggest that she isn't a culprit. And just as radio waves dash through the skies faster than the eye can see. So we should dash to the conclusion of this trial and stop pandering to indecision. Okay. I keep burping.
Hold it!
Someone reacted, so let me just...
Excuse me.
Juror number 3, Stereoscope Man is about to start Twitter beef in the courtroom. Yeah, he really is. Juror number 3, sorry when you're obviously fuming, but... What? Do you perhaps have something to say about juror number 5's last remark? As if I couldn't guess. Oh, you bet I do. Say that again. Go on. I dare you. Goodness, are you talking to me? I think he just might be, yes. You think stereoscopes are just toys, do you, huh? Absolutely. I mean, really. A machine to view photographs in 3 dimensions? Why on earth would you not just use your eyes to look at the world around you? It's all 3-dimensional. She's ND. What a great way to appease that man. No, I'm sorry. Stereoscopes are of no practical use at all. You just don't know. pardon? I think you'll find that viewing a photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities. I'm obviously going to have to demonstrate. What sort of possibilities? Well, take a crime scene for example. You had a pair of photographs of a crime scene that you could view through a stereoscope. It could reveal hidden clues you never noticed before. Yeah, right? Gee, I wonder what the next evidence will be. What? Have you got any, Reno? Any prints we can look at with the stereoscope? Yeah, of course we do. How about this print here? It should do the trick, I mean.
Take that!
Alright then, juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this with any 2 suitable photographic prints? Of course I can. Very well then. I'd like you to demonstrate. I'd be delighted to. Just give me one more print and I'll amaze you all.
Take that!
Alright, these 2 prints were both taken with the same camera in Winterbanks on the night in question. Yes, I see. Tell me, Mr. Lawyer, do you know how stereographic images work? Are we gonna get a whole, 2-hour lesson? Do you understand the principle? Well, I think so. I did have a lesson only yesterday. Just do it. Don't the cat. The right and left eye images need to be the same, only with a slight shift in the positions of some objects. Then, when your brain merges the 2 images together inside your head, it notices a shift, as if it were depth. Yes, exactly. It's that small shift between certain objects in the 2 pictures that's really important. So, what happens if you use 2 photographs that are exactly the same then? No, obviously that wouldn't work at all. Not for seeing the scene 3-dimensionally at least, anyway. Oh, of course, now I see. Ah, I think the young girl has discovered the secret. I have. Can you uncross your eyes before you tell me? Have another look at these 2 prints from Halley's camera, Reno. Go on. Once again, I feel like I'm ahead of the curve. Can you see that there's a really obvious difference between them? Yeah, the lamp is broken and everything has shifted over. Okay, maybe not so much shifted, but definitely the lamp has been broken. Of course there is. There are 2 people in the first and no people in the second. Well, yes, you can see that straight away, but now try looking at the pictures in 3 dimensions. Alright, I'll give it a go. Renosuke, right? So to start with, you have to cross your eyes and then try to make the 2 pictures overlap. This is gonna do it for me. Let's see if by crossing my eyes I can make the quill pins on each picture overlap in the middle. I'ma trust the game. Wait. Well, did you manage to see it properly, Bruno? I mean... yeah... But I think I pointed out, I think I even pointed out earlier. Hold on a second, let me just double check one more time. It works better for my brain like this. See? Everything's been shifted over. I don't need to do that stupid thing that they were trying to get me to do. But I'll just say yes, because... What's going on with these 2 pictures? some of the things in the corner of it they sort of jump out at you. Yes! That's it, you see. That's the other amazing power of stereoscopes. Other amazing power? Is someone going to explain this? Black magic, eh? Why the deuce do some of the things on the counter seem to jump out at you like that, huh? I think you find that if you consider the basic principle of the stereoscope, you'll answer your own question. Why is this so fucking important? I don't care. I just want to know who did it. I just want to know who would frame Gina and why. Basic principles of the stereoscope? As I said before, if you try to look at two identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all. It's the slight shift in the positions of certain objects that lets you see the pictures three-dimensionally. In other words, even though at first glance it does seem the objects on the counter haven't moved at all between the two pictures, this shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in their positions. Plot twist: in the house across the street, a dispute was occurring and one of the parties threw a gun at someone, thus accidentally firing in substance. But then how do you explain both Gina having the emptied out gun in her hand and the two of them being locked in the storeroom with the lock being from the inside? Ash, you gotta think of it. You gotta think of everything, man. Yes, there must have been. Now hold fire there, sir. Got a reasonable grasp of this whole cross-eyed business now, I'd say. But why the devil does this shift between the two prints exist in the first place? Well, what's the answer, fellow? Come on, you're the cross-eyed master. What? Me? I have the first idea. You know, Runo, it's quite simple. It is? Just think it through step by step. The sheer force the gun was thrown ended up breaking the window and the lamp. And she picked it up. Well, yeah, true. It's not like these fucking people don't fucking pick up their fucking guns for... They pick up guns for some reason. It's so dumb. The first photograph was taken at 1 a.m. Then, 13 minutes later, the second photograph was taken. But the position of some of the items on the counter appeared to have shifted slightly into Itrian. So that means somebody must have moved them, but the lamp is broken. That means that some time in the half-hour interval, someone must have tampered with the things on the counter. Zookers? What? Someone tampered? New information. Stop. Not mention the testimony so far. Stop. Yes, we've had to go around in circles a little here, it seems. But I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in the summation examination now. Ladies and gentlemen, the question is now clear. We know the items in the countertop were moved, but by whom? All you suggesting you might know? Of course. I can tell you right now who's responsible for the almost impersonable shift in the items in the counter. It's Susato. No, it's not her. Never Susato. I would say it's him.
Take that!
She really is just live tweeting this case, huh? Yeah, she really is. It was the witnesses currently in the stand, the Skulkin brothers. Wait, this does not agree with what Brother said in testimony before. Susato was the Reaper all along. We could book her, boys. She left England before she could get a chance. They said they did not even have time to pull dukes from Lucy lockets. Don't know what that means. My Facebook says Dukes means meaning hats, and Lucy Lockets is meaning pockets. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. Don't kill that mouse! But is this another lie? Is this what you are saying? Yes, I'm afraid so. Now hold on there a minute. You can't be sure of that. Hey Mega Billiam, how's it going? How you been doing? How you been? I quite agree. The accused is a common pigpuss after all. Free him, exactly, free him! It's perfectly possible that she went through the things on the desk to see what she might steal. Bitch. If you're trying to accuse her of killing a man, there's no way she's gonna have time to fucking steal shit and put all that shit back up. 30 minutes is quite a jump. And to be found in the storeroom like that? I think that's unlikely. And why, exactly? As you can see from this photographic print, the defendant was pointing the gun at the victim. It would seem, as my learned friend indicated, that she was coercing Mr. Winterpink to open the storeroom door. In other words, Miss Lestrand's interest lay within the storeroom, not in the main shop, giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. The Skulkin brothers have omitted key facts in their testimony. But the accused is a pigpuss, common gutted trash. Why'd look any further for the wrongdoer here? Girl, do you have something to share with the class? Because we're not here to unpack your trauma. This isn't your game. Because the Skulkin brothers are thieves, madam. No better, in fact, worse than a pickpocket. She's a child? I mean, she's acting like one. That's what, I mean, yeah, she's acting like a child. Oh, you mean Gina? Yeah, she's also a child too. My bad. I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would condemn the defendant on the grounds that she's a pickpocket, would it not be at least right to proper and to thoroughly scrutinize testimony given against her by two thieves? Well said. I, for one, would like to hear more from that shady pair. Why are you... Okay, I guess maybe he's using his hand to keep his ass sterilized, but like, hello? Can you all see now? I think you all find stereoscopes odd playthings. You've seen their extraordinary potential firsthand. I guess maybe this will help, like, with how cameras are made. Wholeheartedly agree. Stop. Must purchase at trial. Stop. Wilburton home via Regent Street. Stop. She's live tweeting this shit. She's like, I'm about to go to Amazon. Well, it will seem this trial has yet run its course. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclinations via the mighty scales of justice. I hereby call the summation examination to conclusion, with the balance altered in the defendant's favor. 2 lean guilty, 4 lean not guilty. Accordingly, the jury is without consensus, and I order this trial to continue. Yay! Well done! Oh, by the way... What? You should hold on to this, Reno. You never know when it might come in useful. Twice in one trial would be unusual, surely. But alright. I love that he's just like, yeah, I guess. I knew this shit was gonna come back eventually, but... Lord Van-Zieks, you will instruct the witnesses and the court demands additional testimony from them. I I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so, my lord. But at least he's not throwing like some weird fucking tantrum. Like Miles Edgeworth. And he would throw a fit. I won myself another chance to probe that pair about their activities that night at least. And I won't start probing them. Stop saying probing like that. Until I've proven that Gina is innocent. I'm feeling spicy. So let's keep going. And plus, it's only like an hour and 40 in. So, but I'm saving anyway. Don't want to deal with all that bullshit again. Also, I'm eating some cherry tomatoes. I really need the extra boost right now. Vitamin C. Order, please. Let us resume proceedings. Witnesses, you will now retake the stand. Oh boy. Here we go. Gotta deal with some stupid bullshit. What are your thoughts on these brothers, Megabilium, if you're still here? I presume you've heard the Defense's Council summation examination? Oh, yeah, Governor. I did, Gov, I did. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. God blimey! This is going to be hard work. And then some. Earlier in this trial, you gave the following testimony about your actions after you entered Winterbanks. Well, it was bedlam soon as, wasn't it? It was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to pull me dukes out, me Lucy lockets. However, that was a lie. You brothers. God blimey! On the night in question, you rifled through the items on the victim's counter. We never done nothing of the sort. How'd you figure that out? Damn it. You will now give the formal testimony once again. Oh, they're gonna be in jail for a long time. Just for this first part alone? Fuck, man. You will tell the court precisely what happened on the night in question. And this time, you will tell the truth. Each lie that passes your lips serves to increase the severity of your punishment. And that, gentlemen, may deal a crushing blow to your chances of ever seeing the light of day again. God, he's so sexy. A thought worth pondering, perhaps. Say no more, Gov. We hear you. We'll blab. We'll squeak. We'll preach. All right, here we go. All right, we did knock a few things over, but we weren't rifling for nothing. It was when we heard a gunshot, see? It made us both jump and all that stuff went flying. Lummy, it didn't have given me a fright. We was thinking the shooter come out the door and get us next. We stuck everything back where we found it, in Scarpet. Straight into him in the black. We couldn't have shot the pawnbroker, see? We never even had a chance, did we? I don't know. What do you guys think? So you admit to the defense's accusation. You did indeed ransack Mr. Winterbake's countertop on the night in question. Not ransack, Governor, no. That's right, Nash, that's right. It's more like we tidied up, yeah. Why were you tidying up? Y'all are thieves. Unless y'all were sent. Right? There's no way. What? Well, I'm just thinking. If they were tidying up, and they didn't steal anything that we know of, at least. The only thing that is true right now, they did shoot Holmes or Sholmes. They did run into us. They did break into the pawn shop when it was, you know, after dark, and they were like, "Oh, the door's open," but they still broke in. Point is, fact of the matter is, they went in there with intention. I don't know. That's a little suspicious. What do you guys think? Tidying up. Sorry. By their own admission, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery under dubious circumstances. However, they panicked and fled on hearing the gunshot, having first made good their mess. The way you say it, we hardly sound like Crofts at all. We don't, Nash. We don't. Can you make us sound a bit more cutthroat? Why do you want to be badass? Is this really the time? It can't just be a coincidence that these men showed up at Windibanks that night. There's more to their testimony than meets the eye. Yeah, I agree. I'm sure of it. Gregson is just vibing. I like Gregson. Like, he's a little annoying, but he is pretty helpful. Huh. I'm curious. Oh. No, I'm curious about this.
Hold it!
So what you're saying is, the sound of the gunshot shocked you so much, you knocked all those things off the counter. Well, it shocked one of us not much, yeah? This bag of nerves needs to learn to keep its shirt on. Look, it was loud, alright? Blimey, me dead granny would have woken him up for that bang. Big brother here screamed like a bloomin' baby and fell over the counter. What? It knocked him over a load of books, a candlestick, and some skull and whatnot. That got tangled up in some marionette, not knocked over a picture frame. What knocked him scales on the floor? He really mastered working quietly then. What a racket! Me granny would have been scared back into her grave with a clatter like that. So in short, the gunshot took you by surprise. And that's all. I mean, it was quiet as a mouse, and then all of a sudden, bam! And picture the scene. Right, I hear the shot, and then next thing I know, the skull rolled across the floor. That deafening bang in the pitch black, I ain't gonna forget that, Larry, I can tell ya. This is, wait, why is Gregson, like, reacting? And yet, despite being so scared, he had the composure to tidy the mess he made? What do you mean, Gov? I would imagine most people would have left the rolling skull and fled without a second thought. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's just so weird. Do you want to give the Skulkin' Bruvs a bad name? If nothing else, we're tidy. Well, pardon me for the slander. I gotta get back to it, huh? I don't like that, so.
Hold it!
Okay, I'm gonna skip all this dialogue. I ain't reading that shit again. I'm just waiting for Gregson to react. I'm gonna see what his bitch ass want.
Is that right?
Excuse me. Can I help you, sir? Inspector Gregson, do you have something to add? Like I keep saying, I don't appreciate being lumped in with these scoundrels. Is that all? Really? No, something to add about their testimony? You seemed to react just now at what Mr. Skulkin said. Did it make you think of something? It's probably nothing, of course. I wouldn't bother to mention it, only... Well, the fact is, cases don't get solved if you ignore the little details. How about you just tell us what's on your mind? As you know, we brought these fellows into the yard for questioning last night. And the statement they gave then told a slightly different story to what they're saying now. Did it? You claimed you heard the victim shout something out before the gunshot. Might have, Gov. Might have. Does ring a bell now you mention it. Granted, it's only a minor detail, but still. I can't help feeling like perhaps you've been a bit sloppy with your testimony here, eh, fellas? Have I discovered that Witness's testimony has been any more sloppy than it has been hitherto proven to be? I shall be forced to bring the very harshest punishment to bear against them. Easy, easy! We'll get it right this time! That's it! Yep, it's all coming back to me now. Then speak. Supplement your testimony with whatever details have miraculously returned to your questionable mind, sirs. Right you are, Gov. Just before the gunshot, we heard a voice yelling out, "Give me that gun!" Wait a minute. Is this? Hold on. I guess I'll just have to use this, but hold on. Let me say this, because I got a game theory. Give me that gun. Examine this. Wait. He wasn't shot at the counter though. He was shot, presumably, he was found dead at least in the storeroom. That doesn't make sense.
Objection!
The witness's last statement is clearly at odds with this piece of evidence. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm loading. Okay,
Hold it!
Oh, fuck! I didn't mean to press! So, well, it's probably a good thing. Well, if shit happens, then I'll reload it. So, in fact, you heard the voice and the gunshot almost simultaneously? We did, Gov, we did! Although, I suppose if you're being honest, the kind of wavering voice before the yelling all. If you don't want to get shot, give me that gun! Bam! Kind of thing. A career in acting tragically missed. Is that Mario and Luigi? Yeah, this was them before they were reincarnated into the plumbers that we know. And where were the voices coming from? Could you tell? Of course we could. From the other side of that door behind the cabinet walls. From the storeroom where the victim was found dead. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they're telling the truth. And the voice you heard, it was that of the victim, Mr. Winterbeck. On me granny's life, of course it was. On his granny's life, of course it was. Aren't y'all brothers? So, that would mean... That you both knew Mr. Winterbank and the sound of his voice? Eh? So what that would mean? What? What, Nash? What? Any ideas? Yes, Counsel, indeed it would. Nah. We didn't know the geezer. How am I supposed to deny it when the bloke and all the fancy cobblers giving us the evil eye? If you value your lives, you ensure your testimony is accurate and true. Only Granny's life it is? Only his Granny's life it must be? It's a good job his Granny's dead. To summarize then, immediately after hearing the voice of the victim, you hear the gunshot, causing you to stumble and upset the items on the counter, scattering them over the shop floor. But that would mean... Hold on a second. But that would mean that this one right here, that would mean they're basically inferring that Gina shot him in the chest, but he was shot in the back. Oh, yeah, he was shot in the back. He was shot in the back. That's just not true, love. As the British would say. You make it sound like we're clumsy. Don't forget, we tidied up after I got with the boys. Anyway, the way I see it. Huh. The bloke holding a gun. So he should have been. The bloke what owned the gun. The bloke what owned the place was holding a gun. So he should have fired instead of yelling at the girl. No! He would not, because... Hold on a second. Let me... Oh, fuck. Let's say this again, actually, because I don't know if that's the right way. No. But he was shot in the back. Oh,
Objection!
tried it here. So you're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Winterbank, was wielding a gun. Is that correct? That's it, Gov. You got the picture. Yes, Nash. He has, Nash. Yes, no question. And yet, photographic evidence obtained immediately after the incident. Okay, I think I'm on the right track now. I think maybe my brain was going a little bit ahead, but because they're basically saying that, oh yeah, he had the gun. And it's like, no, he was shot in the back. Clearly shows that Mr. Winterbank was not holding a firearm of any description. Eh? What? Gordon Bennett, that ain't right.
Objection!
There can be no question that the victim's revolver was used in the incident. I would remind the court that Mr. Winterbank's gun was found at the scene. Allegedly, yeah. Well, I think whoever actually shot Winterbank shot him, and then knocked the girl out and gave her the gun to cover their tracks. I mean. Yeah, that's my theory right now. It's still my theory, I think. Yeah, that's still my theory. Not only was it identified as the murder weapon, but it was found in the accuser's hand. Yeah, that Multula used the victim's own gun to finish him off. Give me that gun. Bam! Kind of thing. But again, that still wouldn't make sense because it was from the back.
Hold it!
Stay exactly where you are. Right there. Eh? If the crime had taken place as you so colorfully described in your testimony, it would give rise to an undeniable and significant inconsistency in the final moments you just acted out. Goodness! Are you sure, Consul? Wait, what? You intrigue me, my learned friend. But let's see some evidence before you to support your claim. Where is the proof that demonstrates this inconsistency in the witness's portrayal of the victim's final moments? I still say it's the crime scene photo. Because, motherfucker, he was shot in the back.
Take that!
According to their testimony, the witnesses claim to have heard a shout of "Give me that gun," followed by the gunshot. Indeed, with the two events happening almost simultaneously, or so we're led to believe. Yes, that's right. Now, if that testimony is true, it would mean that at the moment of death, the victim and his attacker would have been facing each other. However, if I could ask the court to study the photograph of the victim's body again, you could clearly see that Mr. Windibank was in fact shot from behind. Ah. So, as I stated before, there is an undeniable inconsistency in your testimony, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. Yeah! He burped. Ooh, excuse me. But it's the God's honest truth. It is, Nash, it is. When he was shot that night, the shopkeeper had a gun in his hand, and we saw a river of bleeding eyes. Did I hear you right just now? You actually saw Mr. Windibank holding a gun? Something like that might have slipped out. Oh, God, I'm tired. Chat, what do you guys think? Do you think they did it? Ladies and gentlemen, you have all just heard the admission by these two witnesses that on the night in question, they actually saw with their own eyes the victim wielding a gun. Which can only mean that despite their testimony to the contrary, the Skulkin brothers must have encountered the victim in person. Nash, Order! 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 Witnesses, explain yourselves at once. Well, the thing is, it was supposed to... Based on these cases, they're going to confess a completely unrelated crime that just happened to take place there. That is true. Of what crime? I wonder. It would seem that my previous warning fell on deaf ears. I made it quite clear that false witness would be the death of you. Am I to understand that you replaced the untruths of your original testimony with renewed lies? Oh, ever so sorry, Governor. Truth is, see, we, Oh God, they're gonna get begilded. Is that what we're gonna call it from now on, Ash? They're gonna get begilded? Cut it out, Nash. Cut it out. If we stop now, you know what it'll do to us. He? Who are they talking about? Let me make your position here perfectly clear. You will talk. There is no other option available. Well, I'm starting to wonder if Zeke even knows, like, I guess not even, I shouldn't say knows, or is aware something's not right about this. I don't know. I think he's suspicious. I think he's suspicious of something else going on, but he's also kind of like, man, stop fucking lying. Why the fuck you lying? Why are you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying. So it could be more of that, but I don't know. Well, come on, the game's up. But he'll have all guts for goddess. What does that even mean? In case it hasn't quite sunk in yet, no matter how hard you try to hide it, the truth will come out. Yeah, they're gonna get begilded. night in question, it is now apparent that you brothers met face to face with the victim. I demand that you testify again to explain the precise circumstances under which this meeting took place. Well, do we have to? On pain of death. I suggest you make yourselves fully aware that this is your very last chance to tell the truth. Ooh, no fucking pressure or anything on them. Good thing it's them, not me. Alright, so we just got to set the gap and he decided to relieve in the Giza to show this mug. Give me that gun, he bellowed, and then he flew at us like he was possessed. I thought we got it. For an old geezer, the bloke was strong as an ox. He chucked me over the counter. I pulled me gun on him, and he legged it through that door in the back room. We never had nothing to do with killing him, but that's what had happened, I swear. Huh. So you're now telling us that moments before the victim was killed in the storeroom, you in fact encountered him in the main part of the shop. Oh, well, yes, sorry. Well, we find ourselves in an interesting juncture. This changes matters considerably. But honest, Governor, this time, Nash, we ain't got nothing more to hide. Very well. Counsel for the defense, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. This is it. The moment I've been waiting for. Now Rudoski's like, I'm gonna be gilded my goddamn self. Alright, so we just got inside the gap and leave us relieved. So why were you relieved? When you say geezer, I presume you mean the victim, the proprietor of the shop, Mr. Winterbank? Use your sword! Well, sorry, I mean, that's right. He was keeping a close eye on the entrance of the gap, obviously. But we never thought no one was going to come out of the back room like that. The back room being the pawnbrokery storeroom? Yeah, that must be where he popped up from. Only place he could have been. So, it would seem the victim was already in the storeroom when these brothers entered the premises. Which means Ginny must have been there at least at that point as well. But that doesn't make sense, does it? So I guess the real question is, when did this crime take place? Obviously, it happened between 1 a.m. and 1:30. That is quite a distance of time. So I imagine they come in, they see Gina going, oh, reach for the skies, governor! And he grabbed the gun? And somehow Gina ends up in the storeroom. Okay, yeah, this is just confusing. But one thing's for sure, Winterbank did have the gun. If Gina had threatened Mr. Winterbank into the storeroom with her at gunpoint, then why would he have emerged from the same room all alone when the brothers arrived? I don't know. Did you see the accused at that time? What? That Mold Tuller? Couldn't tell ya. No way, Koba. We had bigger fish to fry then. I mean, the old geezer just lost it. Okay, so what happened? Give me that gun, and then he flew at us.
Hold it!
I'm curious. I just want to know what they saw. You mentioned that Mr. Winterbank shouted those words in your previous testimony too. However, you claim that you heard him yelling them on the other side of the storeroom door. Did we? But the truth is, he was shouting those words at you, wasn't he? Yeah. Was the victim Mr. Winterbank wielding a gun at this time? Was he ever? Blimey, Louie, a great ugly barrel he had, pointed straight at me frontispiece. So what you're saying is, you definitely saw Mr. Winterbank with the gun at that time. Is that right? It is, God. It is. Spot on. Then all of a sudden, he came at us, he did. It was bedlam. I didn't know who was going for who. You were clearly all going for each other. Like Nat said, we thought we had it. I mean, for an old geezer, the blood was strong as Knox. He chucked you over the counter.
Hold it!
Yes, I know that you mentioned the counter in your previous testimony too. Well, yeah, of course we did. He knocked him over a load of books, candlestick, and some skull whatnot. They got tangled with some marionette, what knocked over a picture frame, who what knocked them scales on the floor. So in fact, it wasn't the sound of the gunshot that shocked you and made you knock off those things on the counter. Well, a big bruv here went flying off the counter like a gunshot, I can tell you. Then the old geezer pinned him. Okay, but is he talking about Gregson? Because that's the only big bruv I know. Who is Big Bruv? He did, Nash, he did. If you hadn't been there, the bloke would have flattened me like a blooming pancake at Seconds. Okay, so he meant this guy. Okay, so he's busy kind of fucking him up. Okay, I see. At the time in question, the alarm was raised at the local police station via a secret cable at the pawnbrokery. There is a button under the counter used to activate it, which was presumably pressed by the victim. That's right. When the brothers fled the scene and back onto the street, they ran straight into the arriving police, didn't they? Poor Mr. Winterby. He did everything he could to protect his shop. He pulled me gun on him and he led me through that door in the back room. Okay, so then he went to the back.
Hold it!
Were you intending to shoot Mr. Winterbank? No, never. I was just, you know, looking out for me, bruv, weren't I? He was being flattened, don't forget. Well, I mean, I will say that at least they're loyal to each other? By a man whose shop was being burgled, yes. And then, the man fled into the storeroom and you pointed your gun at him, is that it? Yeah, that's it. He shoved me away, and then ran through that door and shut himself in. There's... Hold on, let me look at what he means by that. He shoved him away and then ran through that door. Okay. Something that doesn't quite ring true. I wonder why Mr. Winterbank ran away into the storeroom. What? Well, according to what everyone's saying, Ginny was in there waiting for him with a gun. But at that point, he would have had it back already. According to these guys. Yeah, that's right. Unless she has fucking telekinesis now or something. Gina allegedly used Mr. Winterbank's gun to threaten him and force him to open the storeroom door. In which case, how did the gun end up in Mr. Winterbank's hands again? I have no idea. But that is strange, isn't it? Okay, maybe he has telekinesis, or had telekinesis. This little inconsistency could be significant. I should make a mental note of it. Look, the point is, me and Bruv here. That's right, Nat. That's right. Me and me Bruv here. We never had nothing to do with killing him. I swear that's all that's happened.
Hold it!
You say you had nothing to do with it? Nothing at all! Nothing, girl, nothing! The old geezer went and shut himself in the back room, didn't he? Locked it was, from the inside! We know it was! Cause we tried to open it was! Hold on, that was weird, it came out weird. We knew it was, cause we tried to open it! But it's a decent door, that one, good and strong. Wouldn't budge an inch. So in the end, the situation remains unchanged. Inside the storeroom with the pawnbroker, there was only one other person. But she was knocked out, so how do you even know it was actually her? The sole person who could possibly have shot the victim. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade. It would indeed appear so. What say you to that, counsel? I don't know. Was there anyone else apart from Gina who could possibly... There has to be. Like, there's no way we're going to say, you know, like, oh yeah, you know, based on that, that's it. Bye, Gina. Get the hell out of here. No, we're going to say, we're going to defend her. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. Eh? A Walt. What's that look for? From the moment you admitted you encountered the victim face to face that night. The course of this trial changed completely. It did? What is your point, my learned friend? The question we must answer is who could have shot Mr. Windibank? And it is the belief of the defense that the defendant is not only... It is the belief of the defense that the defendant is not the only possible answer at all. You have my attention. In that case, let us return to this plan of the premises. The victim was killed in the storeroom, which was locked from the inside. Those are the facts. So, pray, what other possible answer to the question of who shot the man could there be? Counsel, you must now provide answers to the court in respect of the two conundrums. 2, my lord? Twice as many chances to be right, maybe? Indeed. Namely, from what location did the culprit shoot the victim? And furthermore, where was the victim at the time? Wait. Understood, my lord. Well, I still have a game theory. My game theory is still this. He was already in here. Most likely Gina was already knocked out. So whoever, it's not the brothers. Somebody must have had to stay out here, shoot him, and then close the door. I don't know. I'm gonna save just in case, but... Oh, fuck. That's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Because obviously if they shot him, they're not gonna be willingly stuck in there. They're obviously framing Gina, so they're gonna do whatever they can to, you know, frame her. Are you alright, Reno? I'm not entirely sure, but there's only one thing I am sure about. That can prove that there's a credible new alternative to what happened. It would change Gina's prospects hugely. So now, time for some clarity. Show the court on this plan the answers to the questions posed by his lordship. If you believe someone else could have killed the victim, indicate from where that person could have fired the gun. Actually, let me save it here. I swear, Ash, if you're right about that, about the gun, like, somehow, like, flying in there and discharging and, oh god, I'm gonna fucking scream. If you believe someone else could have killed the victim, they would have done it here?
Take that!
Oh god, please don't let you be right. The defense believes that the culprit could have shot the victim from this location here. And in answer to the second question, assuming the culprit fired from the location indicated, where was the victim at the time? Well, he would, like I said, he would already been here. There's no way somebody can...
Take that!
Did I do it right? The culprit shot the victim from outside the storeroom. Continue. Mr. Winterbank died instantly from the bullet in his back. Looking at the stain of blood on the storeroom floor, it doesn't appear that the body was moved after death, which tells us that he was almost certainly shot while he was in the storeroom. However, the crucial point is, where was the shooter when the fatal bullet was fired? So you all admit that the shot was fired from outside the storeroom? Well, according to the Skulkin brothers' earlier testimony, I pulled my gun on him and then he laid it through that door in the back room. If Mr. Winterbank ran through the door, we have to assume that the door was open at the time. Ah! Well, yeah, naturally. It was at precisely that moment when the victim was fleeing for his life that these brothers had the perfect opportunity to shoot the man in the back once he was inside the storeroom. Come to think of it, do you remember what the prosecutor said at the start of the trial? Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Poor man. Shot while he was running as fast as he could to safety. Of course! He would have been leaning forward as he was running away. So even if the bullet was fired horizontally, it would still have entered his body on an upward trajectory. So the culprit isn't necessarily someone shorter than Mr. Winterbank.
Objection!
It better not be Ashester, I fucking swear to God. I'm sure my learned friend can't have forgotten that the storeroom door was found closed and locked from the inside. You claim the victim was shot as he fled into the room. Do you also claim his corpse was as dexterous enough to turn the key in the lock? Well, but what if someone else locked the door? Yes, there is someone else who could have locked the storeroom door. Is that so? Very well then, counsel. Present your hypothesis to the court. In the scenario just described, the defense's assertion that the victim was shot from outside the storeroom. In which case, who shot and locked the storeroom on from the inside? Susato, I can't believe you've done this! No, we know it's not her. Let me go back. But seriously, she was trying to find Iris's manuscript. We know that's to be certain. She would be the only one that's in there, but most likely, I still say she was knocked out. It can't be these guys. It can't be our sexy king. Definitely not this piece of shit. I don't know him, but I don't like him. The only person, it's not. I don't know. No, he was shot dead, so he definitely couldn't be him. The only other person is our girl.
Take that!
Good thing I saved. Obviously, the person who locked the door was the only other person inside the storeroom at the time. The defendant, Miss Gina Lestrand.
Objection!
That's absurd. You're suggesting that the accused deliberately engineered the sealed room? For what possible reason? Such actions will only serve to tighten the noose around her neck. I am inclined to agree, I must say. Well, counsel? Yes, that's a tricky one. That... isn't it? Half-baked notions have no place in my courtroom, counsel. Remember that, please. But of course Ginny would have locked the door. It's almost goes without saying, doesn't it? It does? Well, if I was standing in that situation, I know I would have locked the door as quickly as I could. I mean, those two burglars had just fired a gun in her direction, hadn't they? Oh, yes, obviously. Before the two brothers arrived, Miss Lestrand and Mr. Windbag were in the storeroom together. Now, I don't know what went on between them at that time, but at some point, Mr. Windbag must have heard the intruders breaking into his shop and left the storeroom. Intruders, eh? Just us, bruv. If your theory is correct, that would leave the accused alone in the storeroom. Yes, it would. Then probably only moments later the victim fled back through the storeroom door, hoping to escape danger. Boom. Hit in the back by a bullet, Mr. Winterbeck fell to the floor where he was, just inside the storeroom. And what we have to ask ourselves now is, what would the defendant have done in that moment? Oh, I see where you're going with this. Outside the storeroom was a terrifying killer who had just murdered Mr. Winterbeck. As soon as that thought struck Miss Lestrand, she slammed the door shut and locked it, in order to save her own life.
Hold it!
I mean, it's solid. That's pretty solid. But I mean, we ain't the ones who done it. We ain't gov, we ain't. You gotta believe us. I mean, come on. We never should knew.
Objection!
You don't know that. That's blatantly untrue. I know for a fact you would. Because before my own eyes, you shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes. There is only one logical conclusion here. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you brothers had every opportunity to have been the true perpetrators of Mr. Winterbeck's murder. Oh god, are you guys gonna have a Danganronpa meltdown? Well, just as leave us. You mean to say it wasn't the pickpocket who shot the pawnbroker after all? You should have known it was those three brothers who look as shady as a dense forest. That was amazing, Reno. All the members of the jury seems to be firmly on your side now. I know, first time ever, and probably the last. Well, I think you've done it. Surely they've got to give a verdict if not. An admirable effort. Here comes Zeeks with the bullshit, right? My learned friend. What's this now? He's laughing? Updated autopsy? You find the situation amusing, Lord Van Zeeks? I myself find the defense argument most persuasive. I dare say. Such chancery is the bread and butter of the street performers in your provincial eastern nation. But such blatantly malicious conjuring tricks amount to nothing more than inexcusable pettifoggery here. The what? The hypothesis you put forward is so ostensibly credibly cannot and will not stand. Because, you see, it contains a fatal flaw. A fatal flaw? Do you mean to tell me that you're unaware of your logic's failing? I say, Lord Van Zeeks. Might be an idea to explain this ballet conjuring trick, or whatever it is, to the troops on the ground, The fatal flaw is my learned friend's argument is really very simple to understand. Assuming you're not too dim-witted to count bullets. By George, count bullets. Oh dear. He's noticed then. Oh yeah, that's right. As far as we know, there's two. Where the fuck did the mysterious third gun came from? Unless Sholmes shot himself. Oh god, I don't want to put that out there. Huh? What's everyone talking about?
Council.
Yes, sir?
To the court. How many bullets were found at the scene of the crime?
2. 2 bullets.
Correct. The first, that which hit the victim in the back, ending his life. And the second, that which struck the detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes, on his arrival at the scene.
Indeed. The defense presented a picture showing the damage caused by the second bullet earlier in the proceedings. The bullet which injured Mr. Sholmes appeared to have passed through his body to strike the calendar.
Your lordship's understanding is correct. Furthermore, we now know there are 2 firearms involved in the incident. The revolver belonging to the victim, Mr. Winterbeck, and the Skulkin brothers' revolver. The evidence shows that a single bullet was fired from each gun.
That is some precision, though. And yes, indeed it does. A single bullet from each.
Now then, my learned friend. You yourself told the court only moments ago that these 2 brothers shot Mr. Sherlock Holmes right before your eyes.
Yes, I did. Oh my goodness. I think you'll find
That if the single bullet was fired from the brother's gun hit Mr. Sholmes, to me,
Winterbeck not shot with the same gun. Stop. Only 1 bullet. Stop.
exactly. Yes, this Nipponese street performer presented an obsessively credible argument. However, it was never anything more than a diversionary trick with no hope of standing up to scrutiny.
What? I mean, it's possible that there's another person. Or not even another person, that there's another gun that you don't know. Like, it's possible that these brothers have more than 1 gun. Order!
Pray, forgive the discourtesy of flinging the dregs of this hollow nectar into the public gallery.
Lord Van Zeeks.
But this court needs to open its eyes. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, is no ordinary little girl. Despite her young years, she can, regrettably, no longer be described as a juvenile.
Oh, don't pull that fucking bullshit. What?
No, the person in the dock is far from a law-abiding citizen. She has a past riddled with criminal conduct.
But that doesn't matter in this case, right?
The truth is, the accused...
Yeah, exactly. Like, she's still a fucking child. Like, it doesn't... And plus, like, it's not relevant. It's really not relevant. Okay, yes, maybe she was committing a crime right before, but she didn't commit the crime.
The truth is, the accused broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question with loathsome intent. As we can see beyond doubt in this print, which depicts her threatening the victim with a murder weapon.
I don't know.
And I have here in my possession one more piece of evidence the prosecution wishes to present. That disc. I'll be taking that whatever it is of McGillis down to the yard. Thank you very much.
I thought he was gonna post some bullshit. She turned 18 as of 2 hours ago, and therefore should be charged as an adult. Murder charge, take her away. No, I really want to believe that the case with the with the Japanese guy or the Japanese defendant is the most, and I mean like the most with all caps, that we're gonna get in this game. I fucking hope so, because I'm so tired.
No, don't give it to him. It's my teddy, it's mine. I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGilded has to be ticketed as evidence now.
Yes, that music box disc. McGilded's music box disc.
The very day before the hateful murder of Mr. Winterberg, the accused attempted to make off with this article, which clearly doesn't belong to her.
The fact that the knife was... Yeah, like, it's unbelievable.
And with none of the subtlety of the pickpocket, I might add, but by brute force and brazen impudence. Good gracious. Make no mistake, any sympathy for the accused on account of her years is misguided and dangerous.
Okay, sir, now you're going off the charts.
There are no depths to which this girl will not stoop if pushed. No crime she will not commit.
Are you projecting?
The court forgets that fact at its peril.
I don't like this. I see.
I think it would be prudent to take this music boxes into evidence, counsel, as a grim testament to the defendant's character. Oh, Lord Van Ziggs,
Inspector Gregson.
What? Yes, Inspector? We had a meeting yesterday at the yard with the prosecution service, and I think it was agreed that the disc wouldn't be used as evidence.
What's this all about? Why is the inspector acting all strange? That's the first time he said anything to Van Ziggs at all.
I am unaware of any such meeting. But those were the instructions right from the top. The government bigwigs were insistent. Inspector, I am the prosecutor. Now I alone determine how to present my case. Your warning is noted. Thank you.
He's really like, fuck you, I do what I want.
The prosecution wishes to proceed with submitting this disc as evidence, my lord.
Indeed. A bailiff? Okay, yeah, so there's blood on there, so we're obviously gonna look that up.
The prosecution established the accused's motive, opportunity, and basis of character.
Y'all are just classes. Like, at the end of the day, y'all are just classes. Yeah, let's go look at that. That blood stain.
Oh, Renu, look! This is blood!
Yes, you're right. Just a small smear, but definitely blood. Actually, I feel as though I might have noticed that before.
Didn't this my time to shine again? I thought I'd be waiting forever. Alright, who'd steal that disc, Renu?
Can we get this done quickly, Iris?
In a flash!
Huh?
Ooh, a lovely bright shade again.
Wait, that color.
What is it?
It's just that green. It's not the first time we've seen that color, is it? Is it that Sherlock's blood? Huh. What?
For McGilded. That's the man you defended in court a couple of months ago, isn't it, Reno?
Yes, or rather mistakenly defended.
I wonder what his name is doing on the back of the disc.
That's a question I'd love to know the answer to myself.
And it's gonna be there. Goddamn.
Okay, so I want to check out. Did we officially call this? Okay, it's still unknown. Okay, okay.
There is nothing more to add. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I await your informed decisions and rest my case. I don't believe it. I had the jury on my side for once, for all of 5 minutes. Oh dear, it wasn't even for 5 minutes, really. My lord! I wonder if I might say something at this point. Proceed, Mr. Foreman. Been stumbling about in a bit of a fog up to now, if truth be told, but all of a sudden, the answer's barely obvious to me and my men. There's only one thing for it. Oh no. Very well. The court will hear from the jury. Ladies and gentlemen, you will present your leanings to defendant's culpability.
Guilty.
Guilty.
I hate all this.
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
This sucks. Ugh, not again. We have a consensus among the jury, it seems. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. That's my line. I wrote that for Hurley. Ugh, how dare he use it against us? Don't worry, Iris. I don't think we're finished yet. There's still more to this case than we realize. There must be, because there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. Gina didn't shoot Mr. Winterbank. That's beyond any doubt. Very well. We will proceed with the second summation examination of the day. Mr. Foreman, are you and the other jurors ready? Garadev Squadron is primed and ready for action, sir. Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have now determined the defendant to be guilty. Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say. Different breed towards law-abiding citizens. As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I would say the whole case is done and dusted. You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Every which way you look at it, it was that pickpocket. I never imagined that simple operation would cause me such grief. The accused attempted theft on the previous day. I can see I'm in for a busy day ahead. I am ballistics expert. I have seen many shootings. There is nothing I do not know about guns. Okay, what does that have to do with anything? It would seem there is little remaining room for doubt. Have to admit, I was rather bowled over by the argument put forward in the chap in black. But when that fell apart like a house of cards, I saw that I jolly well been hoodwinked. Well, no more. The whole courtroom is turning against me. What else is new? It's not fair, Iris. That prosecutor's been me. Just because Ginny's done something she shouldn't have done in the past, that doesn't make her a murderer. Again, that past doesn't matter, and she's a fucking child. Allow me to savor this fruity vintage while I savor the spectacle of your fruitless debate on the matter. Here's to the truth coming out. Eventually. Eventually? That's enough preamble. Counsel, begin with the summation examination. Yes, my lord. Here we go again, chat. We're doing this again. What's a rogue? Oh, it's a rogue. No. No. That has nothing to...
Well, I guess explain yourself, Olsan? Would you please stop muttering about things that have nothing to do with this trial, sir? The defendant's life is on the line here.
Well, the thing is, I couldn't really say that it has nothing to do with this trial, to be honest.
Huh?
I mean, there's no question the man was shot, but the bullet has simply vanished from his stomach. It's quite inexplicable, don't you think?
I almost don't want to ask, but this surgery you've been muttering about all this time, you were operating on...
What was the fellow's name now? No.
Herlock Sholmes, by any chance?
Yes! Good lord! It was that Herlock fellow!
What? You're the surgeon that operated on Mr. Sholmes? What a fucking small world.
That's right. Using the very latest anesthesia techniques, I might add. It was a fairly major op, I can tell you.
This is crazy.
Let me see. The fellow was brought in not long after midnight, if I remember correctly. They said he'd been shot by some criminal, so I opened him like a shot. The funny thing is, I went over his insides with a fine-tooth comb and couldn't find the bullet anywhere. So I'm afraid I had to throw up my hands and just stitch the fella back up.
Oof. That's rough, buddy. I hate to state the obvious, but...
Yes?
Surely that's because the bullet is still at the scene of the shooting. The counsel for the defense is correct, as clearly shown in its photographic print. The bullet that the Skulkin brothers fired on Mr. Sholmes hit him in the stomach region, and then exited his body and lodged into the shop wall where the calendar was hanging by the door. I think you'll find it really quite simple if you just consider the problem three-dimensionally.
Ha! Who do you think I am, son? Doctor?
Well, juror number 4 is about the best I could do.
As soon as I saw the wounded man's stomach, I flipped him over.
Like a pancake? Are you saying that you checked his back?
Of course I did. And there wasn't a trace of injury. No sign that the bullet had left the body at all. What? That's the point! The only logical conclusion was that the bullet was still somewhere in the man's innards. Which was exactly why I set about slashing him up. And I'm still none the wiser even now. How many times do I have to say it? Can somebody please explain how it happened? Can somebody please solve the mystery?
It's almost as much as a mystery as how this journey was put together.
The mystery of where that bullet ended up is infuriating. Where is an expert when you need one?
Wait, there's an expert right here.
Objection.
Those two statements clearly contradict the idea that all I do is pit jurors against each other.
A ballistics expert. Pity. P-I-T-T.
On the night in question, Mr. Sholmes was shot by one of the Skulkin brothers, but since there is no sign of an exit wound on his back, we must assume the bullet didn't pass through it. However, no bullet was found lodged in Mr. Sholmes' body either. Furthermore, his ass is still alive. A bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where Mr. Sholmes was shot. Ash, do you have any theories about that? I don't know shit about ballistics, so... Juror number 6.
Hello, my name is Villain. Pleased to meet you.
There's apparent contradiction in the facts that is so clearly troubling juror number 4. Are you able to explain the mystery?
I have seen very similar situation in Motherland. Huh. It was night. There was blizzard. I was running away along mountain road in freezing cold. Golly. The snow was spiraling high on both sides of road. It was very narrow and dangerous. My pursuers had hunting rifles, and they were on dog sleds. Don't ask too many questions. I was shot from behind, and I fell down in snow. And this situation was very similar to what I hear today from doctor. They could not find bullet in my body, and no sign of, how do you say, exit wound. Well, then where did the bullet go? Bullet never hit me. Well, if it never hit you, why did you fall down?
Oh, I see. I think I see what's gonna happen. Like, maybe it hit something. I mean, he still needed to go to the doctors, though.
Bullet hit the frozen wall of ice, very close to my side.
What?
One small piece, very sharp, broke away from lumbar ice and pierced my body. It made deep wound that looked like bullet, just like bullet wound.
Yeah, because that's still a lot of pressure from the gun. Yeah.
Good gracious. Of course, peace of ice quickly melted inside me, and that is solution to mystery of disappearing bullet. Huh. But that doesn't answer the question at all. The shooting happened at the pawnbroker's shop. Not some snowy mountain road in another country.
Just an idea, but we might not be looking at exactly the same scenario here.
Really? Where exactly was Hurley shot again?
Well, according to the report, in his stomach. Sort of around this area, I think.
Well, that's precisely where he always wears a little pouch on his belt.
A pouch? Actually, I might have noticed something like that.
Yes, a pouch. It's where he keeps 3 glass vials of very dangerous chemicals that he uses in his investigations.
What? So he's just casually carrying dangerous chemicals? Fucking Sholmes. What? Really? Doctor, where is the pouch Mr. Sholmes was wearing?
Oh, well, the fellow had nothing like that on his person when he arrived at the hospital as far as I remember. If I may.
Lord Van Zeeks.
Well, I realize it is forbidden for the prosecution to interject during the summation examination. I should inform the defense that I have the pouch in question in the antechamber outside the court.
Sorry?
As I understand, that when the police arrived on the scene and found Mr. Sholmes injured, they removed the pouch in order to assess the wound. Ah, thank goodness! I thought I was getting forgetful for a moment. Since then, it has been in my safekeeping along with all the other evidence relating to the case. I can personally vouch for the fact that it has not been touched since the incident occurred.
So why didn't you bring... Well, he was just mostly debunking the theory, but why couldn't he bring it up?
Very well. While extremely unconventional during a summation examination, I must demand the prosecution presents the item in question with all speed. Bring forth Mr. Herlock Sholmes' pouch. I see. So, this is the pouch worn by Mr. Sholmes on the night in question, is it? Look at that. One of the files is broken and the leather around it is scorched black. It's as if the file exploded. Exploded? So, that night, the bullet from the Skulkin Brothers' gun struck Mr. Sholmes' pouch. And it was the glass file exploding that caused the fellow's injuries. This bullet did not penetrate the victim, but was deflected into a wall of shot. A delightfully complex aroma.
Well, it would appear one mystery has been solved at least. Though it has no bearing on the truth of this case. Yes, it does. It may. Bumbling and burgling brothers shot the detective, and the accursed shot the the accused shot the pawnbroker. The pertinent facts of this case remains unaltered. Ugh. But at least the mystery is solved. I can sleep easy tonight. Thank you, young man. Thank you very much. Glad I could help. Thoughts, Ash? Thoughts so far? Due to this bearing on the conundrum to solve, the court was requested this scruffy pouch as evidence. Hurley's pouch is in scruffy! Okay, so it's been there. Actually, I think we should check it out. Oh my god, really? It's so pixel perfect. These glass vials are full of Hurley's homemade potions. Homemade? Yes, like fingerprint powder to show up where people have touched things. And scent amplifying solution to intensify a smell lingering on an object. That's amazing. They're all very easy to use. This is one thing you have to be careful of. They're all very flammable. Mr. Sholmes is a walking bomb. Either he's passionate about finding the truth or just oblivious to the dangers. Oh, wait a minute. What the? Oh, look. There's a hole here in the back. It doesn't look like much of a bullet hole, but clearly something's ripped through the leather with great force. Something must have pierced it somehow to have left this hole behind. Yes, it looks that way. Mr. Sholmes and his pouch both took a beating, didn't they? Huh. It's really scorched badly just here. Oh, the strap is broken, look! That must be where the bullet hit them. Let me see. Oh, shit! Oh, fuck. I think we found the third bullet, Ash. Our chat? What the? Iris, look! Behind where the broken file was. Do you see it? That's the Skulkin Brothers bullet. What a stroke of luck that it hit this pouch. This is an amazing discovery. What this means is there were 3 bullets fired at Winterbanks that night. Right? It is. It's there. We found exactly what that juror was talking about. The third bullet. It's time to press that juror again, I think. Oh, so. Hell yeah. Police work in this country such major ass. Yeah, it really does. Now, the summation examination, it would appear the defense is somewhat struggling to alter opinion, Please, my lord, a little more time. After all, that's a new piece of evidence. It could be a valuable clue, and you can't afford to overlook anything here, Renosuke. There's still a way to turn this around, somehow. Sure of it. Okay, is this theft? See. Okay, so we already talked to you. Now that the mystery of where that bullet ended up has been solved, I feel much better. No.
Hold it!
It's the number of bullets that has you convinced? Only 2 bullets were fired, and the 2 guns that fired them have been examined by the police. When the parlor maid asks me how many are invited for dinner, I always tell her to count the table settings. Okay, good. I guess that. Well, that's logical, I suppose. Although, yes, sometimes after dining, crockery does go missing. One or two guests rather like the fine china. Does your employer dine with thieves? So I suppose, if there was another bullet somewhere of which we are unaware, I'd have to reconsider my position. Well, reconsider again, bitch! A third bullet somewhere in the scene. Can that be possible? It's possible. Of course we can prove it. We have it. We literally have it, Renosuke. Allow me to show it to you then. The third bullet.
Take that!
Here it is. We discovered it just now. Yes, on the night in question in Winterbeck's Pawnbrokery, another bullet was fired.
Hold it!
What is this new trickery, you Nipponese conjurer? Where did you find that bullet? It was lodged inside Mr. Sholmes' pouch. What? Okay, that's so sexy. This pouch was removed from around Mr. Sholmes' waist before he was taken to the hospital. And since then, it has been touched by no one. Do you mean to say the shot fired by the Skokin brothers that night? Yes. As your lordship has surmised, it hit this pouch. But that makes no sense whatsoever. We already know the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Sholmes. It's clearly visible in this photographic print. Oh. 2 guns from the scene have already been submitted into the court record as evidence. Yeah, it's very possible that there's definitely another one. Yes, that of Mr. Winterbeck and that belonging to the Skokin brothers. An examination of both guns revealed that only a single bullet had been fired from each. Ah, see? There is a possibility that there's a third gun. But that must mean... That's right. We now know that there on the night in question, 3 bullets were fired. However, only 2 bullets were fired from the guns recovered from the crime scene. And until that incontrivable inconsistency is somehow explained, we cannot and must not pass judgment. Mystery from gun across the street theory, come on baby, no! Well, regardless, good thing I'm taking a break after this game. Because it's a lot, oh my god, it's a lot. Order! 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 While this summation examination remains incomplete, the court has been presented with new facts. You're not even playing and you need a break. Yeah, it's so much. Facts that would appear to shake the very foundations upon which the case in which the case against the defendant has been built. As is my prerogative in this situation, I hereby temporarily suspend the summation examination. You're having a cup of wine, hoping melts your brain enough to solve this case. That's what the British judge is thinking right now. Like, I'm gonna go get myself a cup of wine too, king and queen. By Jupiter. What? Bailiff, bring the witnesses back to the stand at once. Witnesses? Governor! Were you listening to proceedings while the defense carried out the summation examination? We was, Governor, we was! Perhaps we can dispense with the tedious preamble. Simply answer this one question. A third bullet has been identified at the scene of crime. What do you make of that? Make of? I didn't do it. Is it one of yours? I don't make nothing of nothing if I can help it. Is it one of yours? Go blimey, Governor, go blimey, not a chance.
In that case, did you have an accomplice? What? What? Never! The Skulking Brothers work alone! It's just the two of us, that's our trademark! How soon we forget poor Sulky? Only 2 of the bullets from the crime scene originated from the firearms we have and exist in evidence. The 3rd bullet was fired from another gun. Where is it? Yummy! That's an head scratcher. Counsel for the defense? Yes? I should like to hear your thoughts regarding these new developments. The 3rd bullet and the mysterious missing firearm from whence it came. Thinking back all over the testimony we've heard and all the evidence we've seen, I think I'm starting to form a picture. A picture of what really happened that night. My lord, I think it's clear what this 3rd bullet tells me about the Sulkin brothers. Well, they insist. I honestly, I don't know. Chat, what do you think? I'm feeling they had another gun. I don't know. The 3rd brother was at the scene all along. Oh god. No, I'm gonna go with I'm probably gonna get docked off for this, but I'm gonna say they had another gun. I think they had another gun. But you didn't see anybody else there. On that night in Winterbake's pawnbrokery, the brothers must have been in possession of another gun. We know that only 1 bullet was fired from each of the 2 firearms already in the court record. The logical conclusion, therefore, is that the brothers were working with an accomplice. Okay, so I guess the choices didn't matter? Again. The brothers were working with an accomplice who was carrying the gun. I can't believe Ash predicted this. I swear, the mystery gun across the street, I swear to God. An accomplice, you say? Pigswell. Those protracted proceedings have already forced us to endure 2 summation examinations. Yet in all that time, there has been not a murmur of a 3rd man. If this apparently wraith-like being exists. The court must be shown hard evidence. Without it, this fantasy will be crushed. The prosecution demands answers on 2 counts. Firstly, proof, evidence that this accomplice was ever at the scene of the crime. Hold on a second. Wait, if this blood, wait a minute. Oh shit, wait, but then, okay, that would explain this, but I don't know. Secondly, the identity of this spurious character. The Skulkins are lying. I know that. But how can I ascertain the identity of the person they're hiding? Yeah, because if I'm just thinking, I'm having a brain blast where, well, counsel, I'm supposed to prove the existence of this accomplice and reveals the person's identity even. In response to the prosecution's demands, my lord, the defense is Hold on a second. This motherfucker. He had blood on that. And he did run. Oh, wait a minute. For it? Defense is ready.
I believe I can provide all the answers the prosecution demands. Wait, I'm having a flashback. That white motherfucker had a gun. Yeah! I believe I could. Yeah.
Sit, my Nicholas friend. Despite the swimming eyes, you seem to think you have something to say. This promises to be interesting.
I have to push forward now. There is no other option. I need to use every single piece of evidence available to me, even if it will make a difference. In that case, counsel, I would ask you to present the evidence without delay. On the night in question, in the moments leading up to the death of the victim, what proof do you have that there was a third intruder present at the scene? Save it again. Hold up. Okay, so we know that's not Sherlock's blood then. That's for a fact. Turn this in. Because that's, I know for a fact is that guy's blood. Oh, I
Take that!
The evidence is right here, in this portfolio. By Jove, that portfolio again, is it?
Do you expect the court to rifle through your papers itself? Be more specific. You claim one of the blood samples proves the presence of the third intruder. Well, which one is it?
It's not that one.
Take that!
I think it has to be him. It is him. It has to be him. What am I looking at here? There appears to be some green paint or such like around the bullet hole in the middle of the calendar. That's bloodstain. That's a bloodstain, Your my lord.
A bloodstain? Green blood. Curious, even for you. Is the court to understand the intruder was some unhuman creature? A Homestug, I presume?
It's something developed by Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
By the great detective! New invention, stop! Not yet appear in the story, stop! It's this, you see. It doesn't have a name yet, though. This fogger sprays a chemical that reacts to the different elements in people's blood to change its color. Different elements? Of people's blood? Yes, everyone's blood is slightly different, you see, because it's made up of different elements. So, by seeing what color it changes to, you can tell in a flash whose blood it is. Oh, that brings a whole extra dimension to looking at blood. Talk of blood important, stop! Very exciting, stop!
As an example, this one shows the blood of the victim, Mr. Winterbank. Ah, a striking blue. Yes, so you see, the green color of this bloodstain on this calendar shows us somebody else was shot on the main part of the shot.
No, hold fire there, young man. Could be from some unrelated incident, couldn't it?
No, it's not unrelated. Why are you so red? The date showing the calendar is the date. The date showing on the calendar is the date on which Mr. Winterbank was killed.
By golly.
Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot the same day.
But whose blood was it?
Well, the Skulkin brothers at the stand don't appear to be suffering any gunshot injuries. Which means it must be the blood of someone else. The third intruder.
Objection!
Whose identity the court is still waiting to hear. You can't delay this any longer, my learned friend. Who is this alleged third intruder?
Take that!
That's the only other guy I can think about. The man's name is Edgar Benedict.
Edgar Benedict? Who on earth are you talking about, Counsel? He paid a visit to Winterbake's pawnbroking on the afternoon before the incident took place. The accused attempted to deceive the pawnbroker into releasing this article into her possession.
That's right.
The man identified by the defense, Mr. Egbert Benedict, then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force. Flashback. Broker. Oh, yes, sir. I believe this filthy pocket thief had just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes. The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull? Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel, and needless to say, any music box this too. Inspector Gregson was there at the time and can attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc. Can you corroborate this account, Inspector? Yes, my lord. That's more or less what happened. And in the interest of being thorough, I asked Winterbank for a print to show the fellow. Take it from one of his red-handed recorder gobs nurses. Yes, that's him talking to Mr. Winterbank that morning. And you claim that this man is the brother's accomplice? Well, Mr. and Mrs. Skulkin? Never seen the geezer before in me life. On me life, Gov, on me life. Never seen him. Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, it appears our witnesses disagree with the assertion. I'm sure your lordship recalls my learned Nipponese friend's actual assertion, which was that he could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice. Yes, and I can. Then show us the evidence. I agree. We must see proof that the clean-cut gentleman in the photograph is the filthy criminal you say he is. This is the last piece of evidence. I've had a feeling there's something that has been missing in this trial from the very start. But now, I'm going to drag it kicking and screaming into the courtroom. Are you all ready to present your answer to the court then, counsel? Yes, my lord. The defense will present the evidence now. Proof that the man pictured in the photographic print was in fact the person struck by the third bullet.
Take that!
That proof is right here in this portfolio. Good gracious, counsel. Does that portfolio contain the answers to every question posed? Yes. Now shut the fuck up. I see you share my interest in the claret-colored liquids, my Nipponese friend. But enough. The court demands to see further evidence. Which blood sample proves the man you identified was the one shot by the third bullet at the scene of the crime? Oh. Is this one?
Take that!
I remember. As I mentioned before, on the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted deceitfully, admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Winterbanks, which is when the aforementioned Egbert Benedict appeared on the scene, I believe. Which is when the aforementioned Egbert Benedict appeared on the scene, I believe. This man had then attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession, no? That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. It was following this that a minor incident occurred. But of course, sir. Here is the disc for you.
Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style. Wait a minute, that disc is mine. What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal. It was this Eggbeat dude after all. Being a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp metal protrusions over its surface. Those protrusions cause Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed, and the resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now. Goodness! A blood stain, is it? My assistant and I have just analyzed the blood stain here in this very courtroom. Using my trusted Fuller gun. Yes, and we added the results to this portfolio. I say, it's green. It's exactly as the color as the blood around the calendar. The evidence is conclusive. The man calling himself Mr. Edgar Benedict, who was in Windibanks earlier that day, is the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime that same night. So there was someone else there. Look at those two brothers there. They're sweating buckets. Oi, what are you talking about? It's bowling in the air. My lord, it is the opinion of the defense that Mr. Edgar Benedict should be summoned to the courtroom to testify. It was simply seen that we can ill afford to ignore this gentleman's apparent prison.
Objection!
This has gone long enough now. This flagrant ignorance of mechanics of law. Sherlock Holmes, you say? Yes, I've heard the name. The protagonist in a series of short stories for the vulgar classes. A god of detection or some such. And now you employ chemical substances devised by this fantastical person, Persona, in the highest court in the land? Do you expect us to take you seriously? The samples made by this plaything are not fit to be called evidence. So the bloodstain turned into a shade of green. What of it? Here's to your successfully proving that no other blood in the world would turn the same color.
Well... Leggy! He did the leggy! Bark, 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 bark!
And pray, don't even think about suggesting what we should take Mr. Shiv's words for it.
Is he right? Is Mr. Show's concoction a load of rubbish? I don't know. I mean, he is a great detective. What are you talking about? We can't let him get away with that. I knew it would come to this. Of course, Mr. Sholmes' adventures are going to be recognized by any official body. What other choice do I have?
I'm just remembering what Father Christmas over there said before.
About how he was temporarily suspending the summation examination.
In other words,
The examination isn't over yet, is it? Good grief! What did you just say, young girl?
in an summation examination, the decision as to whether or not the trial continues is in the hands of the 6 jurors, isn't it? So the way I see it, it doesn't matter what certain other people think of Hurley's invention. At least, not for now.
Yes, she's right. Young lady, you have quite a devious mind.
It really just comes down to one thing. Whether these ladies and gentlemen of the jury are convinced by what you say, Bruno. Is that about right, would you say? Or did I misunderstand something?
Unbelievable. Mr. Sholmes' partner is a force to be reckoned with.
I'm Miss Wilson, sharpshooter.
After that shrewd persist of the situation from an entirely unexpected source,
It must be acknowledged that the previous summation examination has yet to reach its conclusion.
Gee, Irish, maybe you should take the bar, right?
This is absurd. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court now looks to you for your final leanings on this matter. As proud citizens of Her Majesty's Britain, I'm sure you will come to a fair and just conclusions. So then, state your final decisions in turn, please.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty?
Guilty.
What?
Not guilty.
Okay, so they can have changing of onions?
2 call guilty and 4 call not guilty.
Yeah, right? Like, Grandpa, what?
Such is the outcome of the summation examination.
Objection.
My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage. The prosecution refuses to accept this decision. On what grounds?
If these jurors are persuaded by some half-baked concoction devised by a pretender to real police work, that they are too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt. I'm sorry, Lord Van Zix, but the outcome of the summation examination cannot be ignored. The trial will continue. Nevertheless, we find ourselves in a rather awkward situation. The defense has very reasonably requested the subpoena of a new witness.
But sadly, I fear that would be impossible.
What?
The name of the gentleman you gave him for himself, Egbert Benedict, is quite clearly false.
I don't believe it. Just when I managed to prove the man was there that night.
Could I say something?
Huh? Who was that, please? Who spoke?
It was me, my lord.
I was gonna say, it was like, what? Is that fucking Ron Delight's ancestor? Juror number 5? What have you to say, madam?
If possible, Inspector.
Me, mum?
I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again. The one in which the gentleman is shown.
Oh, right, yes. This one, you mean? Of Mr. Benedict?
Yes. There's no doubt in my mind.
Juror number 5, you don't mean to say you know this man?
Yes, I know him.
What? No! Good gracious! This fucking case, chat. Order! 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 Juror number 5, how on earth?
I am a communications officer. Stop.
As we can clearly see, what kind of soap opera bullshit?
The gentleman in the photograph is... Stop. And also a communications officer. Stop. He works in my office. Stop.
Oh no, she's got the twinkling eyes. Oh no, she got a crush on the wrong man.
A very talented operator, in fact. Stop. He should be in the communication station now. Stop. Tapping away on the telegraph. Stop.
This doesn't seem right somehow.
I can't put my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right. I suppose we all imagine the accomplice would be some sort of hardened criminal. It's a bit unexpected to find out he has a respectable job by day, whatever he gets up to at night.
Yes, I suppose that's it. I suppose that's why I felt something was wrong. If the gentleman is at London's communication station, we should be able to subpoena him within an hour. Lord Van Zix, if you please.
Yes, my lord.
Make the necessary arrangements with all haste.
As your lordship bids. The court will recess for 1 hour. When the new witness arrives, we shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. Inspector Gregson? Yes, my lord. I should like to hear from you specifically about the events at the pawnbrokery on the day in question. Come to my chambers during the recess. Yes, sir, my lord. Very well. Court is adjourned until 1:40 p.m.
Whew, we did it. We survived. Fucking somehow. This stream has gone long enough. My throat is tired. And I am itching for a shower. So, thank you guys so much for joining me, especially if you're watching the VOD, or if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're watching me live. Thank you so much. I love you so much. Be sure to join the coven of witches, of gamer witches, and you'll find out when I'm updated and all that fun stuff. Yes. So, until next time, I love you guys. Bye.